who remembers what happened last session?
Drinking.
Drinking happened. Who'd you drink with, Bob?
Not the person that owns the place.
Yeah, who did you drink with? What was his name?
Mr. something.
Mr. Not Owner.
Mr. Alith.
Ah, Mr. Aglith. There you go, yes. But that wasn't the first thing that happened. That was sort of in the middle-ish end.
That's the part I remember most.
That was kind of the most memorable part. Yeah, that was where the moral came from and everything. But try harder. What do you remember at the beginning of the session? Where were you at the start?
We were with the halflings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were in Hobbiton.
Oh, yeah.
on a map that one of us might really hate.
That's right. I erased that part of my brain.
And what happened there? What happened in Hobbiton?
I don't want to be in charge of this.
Come on!
Some harpies came and gave you orders.
They were not harpies, but yes.
Aranes.
They're basically like fallen angels.
They came in, they threatened you, they said respond to the queen or you die.
And you all bowed. You followed Nero's lead. You showed them respect. They seemed rather happy with that. And basically, they handed you the paper, and I guess someone read it out loud because Boris can't read. And basically, it said, "Fly to your queen." Fail to heed this only by death. And you guys were like, "All right, we're gonna go to Agorian, then I guess." And they said, "Go to where did they tell you to go?"
The capital, no?
The temple.
Yeah, the Midnight Temple. The biggest temple of Asmodeus in the country and perhaps the world. And you guys did that. So I'm going to go over the map real quick. So you guys came here, you wrapped up some stuff in Cantaria, and then I went and teleported you here, because that's a thing she can do now. She teleported you right into the center of town, which is kind of a very well-known landmark. It was very easy for her to teleport there without error or problem. And you overlook the Imperial Palace, and over here is the Midnight Temple. So you guys got there decently early in the morning, and you went to the Midnight Temple, and the line was already out the door. It was, like a 3-hour wait to even get to signing in, basically, to register yourselves as Third Agents. In front of you in line was a tiny halfling. Are you big for a halfling? I said tiny halfling because halfling.
I'm tiny. I have blonde hair too.
Tiny. What does that have to do with it?
My token doesn't give it justice.
Tiny blonde-haired halfling was in front of you.
Yeah, that's how I like to be described. That's how I identify.
Tiny blonde-haired halfling. And so he registered and you registered, and you were both coincidentally assigned quarters at the Lawgiver's Rest. So basically, the Queen is called in. As far as you know, all the agents in the Empire come back. We're going to do something big here. And because of that, basically, all of the inns in town are just filled with adventurers and other agents and stuff like that. So, anybody who's anybody has come back to town. And they're basically filling up all these inns. And one of the inns that kind of volunteered their services, that, as you found out later, was the Lawgiver's Rest. And you were both assigned quarters there, both you and Dern the Halfling. And you went to head out there. And when you got there, you found Dern was already drinking. So what happened there?
Dern was drinking, and his friend, or his newfound friend Boris, came to the bar. They did a little kickflip maneuver, which they bonded over. And then, basically, the lady of the house, I don't remember her name at all, came with her boy toy. And it was like, I am the lady of this house. This is my boy toy. She sent him away.
It's all true.
I mean, he's not wrong.
And then what happened? I don't know.
Her name is Ledesvia Vasvian first. Her boyfriend is Nicolo Alizario, who is the son of the mayor of Agorian, the Lord Mayor, the youngest son, if that matters to you. And she said, "This is my boy toy," and the boy toy seemed completely uninterested in anybody who was at the bar, and basically just said some random pleasantries and then walked out. I actually skipped a part. Vors, what happened when you were leaving the Midnight Temple?
We saw the decrepit, old like Paramount or whatever.
Paraduke, yes.
Duke, yeah.
Yes, Paraduke Sethix, what's his first name? Thalgano Sethix. And he kind of waved you over. And I think you actually picked up on it. You have an amazing perception check, so you actually heard him. Was it you or Nero? One of you two heard him muttering.
Well, I saw him looking, and Nero heard what he was saying, or some of what he was saying, and Boris has ridiculous nobility knowledge, so he actually knew who he was.
Yes, you did.
So went over and introduced himself.
Yeah, and again, he looked very different from what you remembered. Like, you remembered him from years ago when you were coming to Agorian every once in a while with your family. And he's definitely, like, worse for the wear. Like, he wasn't, like, hunched like he is now. His skin is, like, pallid, and he's got these pockmarks and stuff like that. Something really terrible must have happened to him while you were away, or while you haven't seen him. But it's definitely him. And what did he do? You had a conversation. What was he trying to get you to do?
He wants to buy the inn that we're staying in. He used to own it, and somehow doesn't anymore.
Correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
It was some sort of legal thing, right? Like some legal loophole that allowed the other people to take it from him or claim that they owned it or something like that. Isn't that what he said?
I don't think he told you exactly what happened. He just said that the Strumpet stole it from him, that it used to be his, and it's no longer his. I don't think I've heard the actual story.
Got it. Nero also gave Azenio the paperwork that he had from Fax,
he prepared a big docket, basically explaining Fex's treachery with as much evidence as he could muster. An additional, also to that, some legal documents trying to basically acquire some of or all of Fex's holdings for himself, for House Nero, and for House Abernus. And that was just yesterday, so Azenio is still probably reviewing those documents. But yes, that is correct as well. So then you got to the inn. Vors basically walked past. He's acting all lordly, as Vors is wont to do. And Nero was dutifully playing like the steward or the retainer or whatever you want to call him. Like, oh, I'll handle the paperwork, sir. Don't worry. You go to the bar. I'll see to all this. And he did it very well. And you guys hung out with Mr. Aelith for a little bit. He showed you the rooms. He told you the rules of the inn. All while Vors was schmoozing with the halfling at the bar. And Bob thought Mr. Aelith was kind of a cute-looking guy and decided, I'm gonna spring for a bottle of 25 gold wine.
That's not the story.
And he said, he told you several times that he was working and that he can only have one glass, because you bought his favorite wine. You asked what his favorite wine was, and he told you, and you bought it and said, can you have a glass? So he said, okay, but if the doorbell rings again, I have to get up. And you still spent like half an hour talking to him about, hey, how's it going? What's up with Cheliax? If I wanted to open a distillery here, what would I do? And he did the best to answer you, but it became clear near the end that, he's not very good at real estate deals and things like that. He doesn't know anything about running a business. He just kind of, tends the hotel. And then Bob realized, wait a minute, he thought the whole time he was talking to the owner of this building, he's really just talking to the house. And he was a little embarrassed, so he finished up the conversation and took his wine over to Dern. You guys hung out for a little bit, and soon enough it was dinner time. They serve dinner every day at 7. They don't serve any other meals. Like, there's a kitchen there that kind of can cook some little things, but it's not like a big group meal. But at dinner time, everybody who was there showed up, and you saw like all kinds of different adventurers from all around Cheliax, of all the different classes and stuff you'd expect. Are eating, and Lady Vasvian actually showed up for dinner, and she made it clear to, I think, Vors yesterday that she tries to do this whenever she can. She's there most nights eating with everybody because she loves hearing stories of what's going on, especially stuff outside the walls and outside the court of Agorian. So she sat down, and since you were the newest people there, she sat down with you, and you guys had a lovely conversation. Anybody remember what it was about?
She was pumping Bob for information because he's a fucking retard.
He was
Accurate.
Bob for information
Straight
because
up.
he's a dunce, yeah. And he kept giving it off. He mentioned the gate. He mentioned all kinds of things. What did you mention, Bob? What else did you tell her about?
Well, once I was, passively informed that I was an idiot,
That was the end of the session. That was literally after the session you were informed you were an idiot.
No. If you roll the tape back, I was only an idiot for about a minute.
I thought it was longer than that, but that's fine.
What you'll need to understand is he's a stable genius. Bob is a stable genius. Everyone says so.
People are saying. Yeah.
People are saying this
Yeah.
is.
So yeah, this is back at the end here. So yeah, you had dinner with her, and she basically, again, she's really interested in what's going on. She hates talking about herself. She says everything is boring in her life, and courtly intrigue, blah blah blah. But basically, she kind of just talked to you and just said, what's going on? What kind of adventures have you done? And she was especially interested in stories about violence, and you guys were able to deliver on that. You gave her lots of interesting stories. Iwan told her some, Bob told her some. Nero told her the story of how he became a Hell Knight Signifier, and he wrote that up in the Discord. If you read it, it was pretty good.
That was good.
And he's had that for a while. That's been in his backstory for like the 3 years we've been playing. That was he built that story out of it.
He saved it.
Yeah, he had that ready to go. Yeah, so now you know a bit more about Nero. And yeah, she was very excited to hear about all the violence, especially when you're talking about killing the Glorious Reclamation and advancing the goals of the Empire. She's really happy. Also, before dinner, I also forgot, Iwan kind of went around to some of the adventurers that were hanging out at the bar before dinner and kind of just started talking up the party, basically saying, oh, did you hear about the Angel Knight? Did you hear about Sonara? Did you hear about this? And then kind of just dropping, that was us, we did that, we made them look like idiots. We overthrew their government and we made them look like idiots. And she kind of just started spreading all of the, not really rumors because they're true, spreading all the stories of the party, trying to get the other people interested, to get people talking about it. And that worked. And like there was this half-elf rogue was really amazed at your story about the Angel Knight because she had heard about that and she couldn't believe all the things you were telling her and you had all the details. So she firmly believes that it's you, and she's telling all the other people, "Did you hear it? It was them. It was the gnome and the others." And wow. And that's pretty much it. So you had dinner, and Vors at the end of the dinner basically asked Lady Vaspian if she would have lunch, if they could meet tomorrow, and she proposed lunch. Because I think, you basically, I think you want to plan to talk to her about buying the establishment, but you don't want the help there. You don't want Nero and the others with you because you're a fancy.
They're gonna fuck it up.
You're gonna fuck it up. Yeah. Did I miss anything? You guys remember anything else?
Found out Boris' family's in town.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's huge.
Your cousins are in town. Yeah, when you went to check in and you gave them your last name, they asked, and you said you were from Louisiana. They kind of put the pieces together and asked why you didn't check in with the others. And your answer was that you were out of town. But at least your three cousins, the uncle who married your mother, his three children are in town.
Always on.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta bang somebody's uncle,
It happens, man. All right, so Lady Vaspian has left, and dinner has basically ended. So it's now like evening, and you guys are free to do whatever you would like to do. And Vors has lunch scheduled for tomorrow, but other than that, I don't think anybody has anything on the docket. What would you like to do?
Darren will keep drinking and trying to get to know the people in the party. Show off some of his talents. He's also a big-time wood figurine carver. So he carves on his little giant anime sword. So he'd be doing that.
Carve with your falchion.
Yeah, he just carves off of it.
It seems like you're gonna get a very dull blade there, bud.
It's one of those anime blades that never gets dull.
It's magic.
It's
Yeah.
exceptionally
So-
keen, yeah.
So as he gets, he just try to get to know everyone and see who he's dealing with, basically.
Bob wants a wood cutout of the hammer.
Yeah, no problem.
Anybody else want to say anything to Dern or talk about who you are, what you do?
You're very kind. You said you weren't free?
No,
And you're not here with anyone?
they just send me here.
You've got to be someone pretty valuable indeed.
We're all equal slaves in the end, my friend.
Fair enough. Slaves to different things, but I've seen a lot of halfling slaves. Not a lot get sent out on secret missions for the government. So
Have you seen a lot of free ones?
I've seen a fair share of free ones.
There are
How
free
do they get
halflings
free?
in Agorian, just so you know. They're the Thumbtown district, if you go back to the Agorian map. That's where a lot of the freed slaves live. And again, it's always a precarious, here's Agorian, here's Thumbtown over here. It's a precarious situation because anybody could just snatch you up, take you out of town, and sell you somewhere else.
Crazy.
But like you have your papers, so like in the city, with enough law and people nearby, if you can prove you're a free halfling, that you bought your freedom or you were freed, like you can live even here in Agori. So there are free slaves. So Durin has probably known some, or at least know they exist.
Well, and certainly the halflings in Cantaria are
Well,
free
Durin doesn't
now
know
too.
those people,
Yeah, I know. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
and technically Nero owns them.
They're not free.
well,
What do you mean?
I mean, they've been given weapons. They can defend themselves. They're
Oh, that's
building shit, right? So
But
That's
legally,
so
if Nero
if
needed
you-
an army of slaves,
If you guys bring it up, he would be very curious about that place, and he'd ask you like every detailed question about it.
What
Yeah,
do you want?
so-
Do you want a new owner? What are you doing here?
no, so we would. So like I guess as Nero and Durham are going back and forth about that, Iwan would mention like, yeah, we know a whole bunch of freed slaves, and she'll go into details about we were in Cantaria, we got them a seat in the government. I hang out with them all the time. I've been training them for this. They have a little militia that they're doing. Taught one of them how to cast a spell. She'd go on and on about all the details of.
So his eyes would widen, and he'd like run to you and whisper to you, and he's like, "Can you help me be free?" And he's kind of drunk, so he's like, "Can you help me be free, man?"
It depends on what came to find you, but maybe.
I tried once, and the queen, she sent those things after me. It didn't go so well for me.
The queen's involved in your slave ship?
She's my owner. She has a handler, this Nazamet whatever Memarius. But she's my owner. She makes my days.
So I will kind of consider that for a bit and just be like, well, that one might be a hard one to deal with, but it seems like you're somewhat free at least. So when we finish here, I mean, Cantaria might be a good place for you to at least hang out. There's other people that are, I don't know, similar enough situation as you there.
It's like, I don't care about the other halflings. I want to be free and see my family. And then he buries his head in the table, and he kind of falls asleep. Like, he's like, "Ah."
I wouldn't build up his hope. Chances of that seem slim.
Yeah.
all right. Anybody else talking or doing anything else at night? The halfling is asleep on the table.
Master, if it would be all right with you, I would like to retire, get your letters in order, get the writing done if you
Of course.
have no need of me.
I'm gonna. Of course, would probably go to the.
Was that Argo?
What the fuck is going on?
Argo
Yeah, I heard
landed. Lord would go, let's...
Boars would start spraying the room with bullets.
That's the
Sounds
fucking
like
snake
Argon.
in the corner over there, the constrictor snake.
Yeah.
Psst, I love you.
Yeah, so the blow off valve just went on one of the Argon doors, and no, boys would like retire as well. Got nothing else to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing chat from other people too today, so good. Alright, so Bob and Iwan, you're the only two left that haven't said they explicitly want to retire. Are you doing anything else tonight?
Bob will retire, I suppose.
Alright.
So Iwan would, before retiring, try to catch Nero on his way out and basically say, we need to figure out what the deal is, like what we're here for, what the queen wants. We got to distinguish ourselves from the rest of the riffraff that's around. Do you have any objection with me reaching out to our buddy Azenio to see what he knows?
No, why would I object to that?
I don't know. I
No, I
just
think
want to mess up your dealings with him.
No, I think what I've filed with him is all legal briefs and just basically exonerating us. I think it will establish us as loyal servants of the crown. I don't think there's anything you could do unless you're trying to kill Azenio that would sully that. So, and I don't think you're doing that.
You always assume the worst of me, but I get it. No, that's not my plan. Okay, so then, yeah, Iwan would retire, but basically, I guess, cast a sending. You just have to know the person in order to do sending to him, yeah?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Yeah, so she would
Be on the same plane.
She would do that. A lot more difficult in person when you can't count your words, but something along the lines of like, when you do sending, the person recognizes your voice. Like
Yeah,
they
it sounds
hear
like
it.
you.
Okay, so yeah, she would basically just say like, looking to like, do you understand what the queen wants? How can we help? Us looking good will make you look good too.
This is to Azenio?
Mm-hmm.
21 words.
Look at this guy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Azenio does respond. Her ambitions are not mine to know. Got a lot more words.
He doesn't have to use 25.
Yeah, her ambitions are not mine to know. She will announce something soon. It has been said. Serve honorably and wait.
Okay.
It is harder when you're not typing.
Yeah, it's much harder. Yeah. So then she would just retire for the night.
Okay. Nothing terrible happens at this fine establishment during the night. You guys all wake up the next morning feeling very well rested. This is it's a fine establishment. It's usually for like high-end envoys and merchants with lots of money, so everything is very nice. It's not as nice as when you stayed in Fex's house, like those were like noble quality lodgings. This is kind of just, rich merchant lodgings. But it's still pretty nice. It's one of the best sleeps you've had in a while, and you're pretty comfortable here. You wake up the next morning, and there is no breakfast being served, like there's no kitchen staff around. What would you guys like to do that morning?
Bob's doing intermittent fasting, so
Alright.
What hours does he eat?
noon to 7.
Oh, that's pretty long.
That's okay. That's like
I know guys who do it in like 3 hours.
Bob skips breakfast is what I got.
Yeah, I can't afford breakfast, so I don't need it. And dinner's free. I just
Dinner's
eat dinner.
free. Bob's a big guy too. He's burly, so skipping breakfast might not be the best idea.
Alright, fine. You've
You're
convinced
fine.
Bob
I'm
to
just
eat.
asking you. You have way too high a strength bonus. I want you to fix your sheet because I don't know what buffs you have on, but you shouldn't have a 27 strength just walking around town.
You think?
I'm just saying.
I have a +8 in my enhance.
You don't even have like any actual bonuses on, so I don't know where you're getting a +8 enhance from.
I
think you broke your sheet is what happened.
It's probably from when he was
A god.
God
and
inspired,
There. Is that
Alright,
better
yeah,
for
yeah.
you?
That looks much better, thank you.
He was enlarged, he had God bonus, and he had a death knell going, so that would be 8.
Yeah, he broke his sheet basically. The enhancement bonus instead of being automatic is now like just like a thingy about stuff. Anyway, it's all good. All right, so you're doing your intermittent fasting. What's everybody else doing? What's up for the morning docket?
I mean, Fours, do you know people we should move this stuff with, where we should buy some of our pricier items?
I mean, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, you get to make one of those checks, right? I mean, it's already Metropolis, but go ahead and make your little network check, whatever.
Can't actually remember.
Is it diplomacy?
I think it's diplomacy. Black market connections. Yeah. Yeah, it's a diplomacy check, so I'll roll that.
If the settlement is already a metropolis, all minor and medium magic items are for sale, as well as 3d8 major magic items.
Everything.
Yeah, basically everything is for sale. Like major, super expensive stuff, it's still kind of rare, but he gets more than normal.
All of it.
Yeah, pretty much all of it. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think that might have worked if you didn't fuck up the string.
No, it's all fucked up. I don't think I fucked up the string.
Is it because of the macro shit?
Yeah, I tried to fix the buttons today, and it didn't fix. And in addition to not fixing it, it also fucked up it made like all those words. So wonderful. I'll have to fix that. It's gonna be fucking
Development.
I'm the best.
Because you didn't have enough to do as a...
Yeah, exactly. I specifically spent like half an hour trying to fix these buttons on Friday, and it's still not fixed, and now it's worse than...
Maybe if you spent 45 minutes, it would have worked.
Exactly, you'd imagine, right? So I'll do it Nate's way, and we'll fix it. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah, you're good. So, you know a lot of people around town. Again, just real quick, just going over to this map. 5 Favors, I'm pretty sure, is a rich neighborhood, like a good merchant's neighborhood. Where you are, Devil's Dance right now is kind of popular with summoners and stuff like that, but it's also a fairly wealthy neighborhood. What else is expensive? Thorntown's expensive, but it's mostly residential, not a lot of sales going on there. But yeah, I think 5 Favors and the Long Market are kind of the places you'd want to go to get stuff, and Vors would have connections. So are you looking to move? Nothing illicit, right? Just expensive things?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the black market connections is explicitly black market. So anything that's not normally available.
Well, yeah, but they can also get stuff that isn't on them. Yeah, they could have a stolen helm that you want to buy, for example. So I guess.
Oh yeah.
But also, if you want to move drugs or if you want to move illicit goods, they can also be useful. But that's why there's more magic items than on the normal market, because Vors knows a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows the guy who had a shipment of displacement cloaks fall off a truck.
Yeah. Ayo.
Oh yeah, so it says 3d8 major magic items are
Correct.
available.
So So additionally, on top of what a Metropolis normal has, you get a crap more super magic items available if you need them. They're random what's there, but that's fine. So yeah, Vors knows a guy, Mr. Nero.
Okay.
Are you trying to sell stuff this morning?
Oh no, I'm just playing it up that, this is how we're going to move stuff, rather than just hand waving all the stuff, is that we'll probably spend the morning getting everyone kitted up.
All right, yeah, because everybody bought some stuff, and whatever wasn't available in Sonara or whatever you had to get in Sonara, you can get here. So you guys spend the morning moving through town, shopping a little bit. Okay.
Dern would ask if he could join you.
I don't have a problem with that.
He says, he's like, I've never really had friends, but I think this is what they do, so I'd like to try it out. If that works. And he's dead serious.
Yeah, I'd come along.
And so he'll follow you back.
And you watch them. They have several magic bags. So as you follow them around town, and they get to a magic item dealer, they just start whipping stuff out of his bag, like a bag that's a regular sack, something you'd wear around your waist, and they're just whipping out whole sets of armor and magical hammers and things like that. You can't put swords in them because I think if you pierce them it breaks. But basically, they're pulling out hilarious a clown car of items, and more money than you've seen in your life.
He'll ask. He'll go to Vors and say hey, what do you guys do for work? Where do you get this stuff?
We get around a little bit. Hang out and yeah, we'll find out.
You heard the stories. You heard the stories that we told at dinner last night, right? You know, people drop a lot of items when they're dead, so we pick them up.
He laughs. He's like, people do drop items. I never get to pick them up. Someone else comes and does that. But people drop shit. You're right.
Yeah, so you watch them go throughout town, and they go to several different merchants because they can't unload everything at one spot. Also, you wouldn't really want to because you don't want people knowing you've got as much money as they have. But you've seen the money exchanging hands, Dern, and it's more money than you've seen in your life. Like, you definitely have a lot of money in your gear, but like they're selling items and buying items and things like that. And you're just kind of mentally counting the platinum that's being moved back and forth, and you're astounded. I think everybody got like 25,000 gold in between the two chapters at the end of the last chapter. So like that's like 100,000 gold across everybody. Like total summed up.
So he starts asking too, like, what you guys do with money and like how freedom and money relate, because like he's had money, but he has no freedom with it. They tell him what to spend it on. So he's like, do you like, what do you buy? What do you like?
For someone who thinks that everything's a form of slavery, you're asking a lot of questions about freedom. If we're all slaves, spend it on the same things you do, things that make us better.
Fair enough. Do you guys buy like fun stuff though?
You're gonna have to talk to Vors and Bob about that. Iwan and I are more about the clean,
Business.
upright life.
Yeah, we're about business.
He tugs on your robe, Nero, and he's like, "You're pretty serious, man. You gotta loosen up."
We're gonna give this halfling Zerk, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we should probably buy a bunch of that, Joe.
We can retcon that you bought some because what's his name? Linton had like 10 doses that he wanted to give you. So yeah, we can write that. So we'll figure that out. But yeah, let's just say you have 10 doses of Zerk, and we'll charge you for it after the session. And you're not playing Street, obviously, because you're a drug dealer.
So while we're well, actually, one thing that I forgot to mention, since and just remind me, when we were like talking up with the other people who were around the previous day, they were all mentioning that they had been there for a long time, right? Like we basically gotten the impression that this could be a long waiting game from people.
Yeah, so it varies by person, obviously, but some of the people claim to have been there for at least 3 weeks. So like, while you were like in Sonara doing your thing, like apparently people had started to be summoned even then. Like shortly after Sonara fell, you were there like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks after it fell. So while you were doing your thing, people were already being summoned, and I guess you were further out than most people.
So the previous night, Iwan would basically send Maggie back and be like, "I'll call you when I need you, but I don't want you to just have to wait here with us. Like, go get more names for yourself.
Okay.
Fill up your list." So, and similarly, the next day, like while they're walking around selling stuff, Iwan would just be looking around the town to see if she could find what appeared to be Iomedean churches or like places where, because one of the names that she has is in Agorian.
Yes.
The Stigi guy. So she knows that he's trying to be exorcised by Iomedean priests. So she'd kind of be looking like where might concentrations of those sorts of folks be, so that she could be lurking at other points.
Well, interestingly, despite what you may think with the ongoing civil war, there is actually a large Church of Iomedae in Cheliac, in Agorian, that has not been shut down or destroyed. I don't know where it is. I'll find it. Should have taken better notes, Joe. Temple of Imade is in Hellhound Hill District. So let me go back to the map of Dorian, where I should just stay for a while. Hellhound Hill, is that over on the map? Yes,
Towards the
down
bottom,
south,
looks
yeah.
like.
So there is a Temple of Iomedae down there, which has a High Priest of Iomedae, and it has not been shut down yet. So if you're even asking around town, people kind of look at you weird if you like you're asking where the Iomedaeans are, like anything like that. But they tell you that they're there. And one person, make a diplomacy check.
Sure.
You have to go back.
I need my character though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump on maps because I'm the best.
I have to make sure. I don't know if I synced either because one of my items gave me a better thing, but let me see
+3, right?
where I'm at. Oh, what just happened?
You rolled a 1.
I rolled?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
didn't
all the
even
way to
show
the
up.
right. I'm so sorry. Like again, the names are messed up.
Okay, well then, and what was my bonus on it? Because it's not even showing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. So then, let's redo that guy.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. I forgot what happened. You rolled a 22 that time, so you rolled a 3.
Lovely.
Let me see if I can real quick fix that live. So yeah, so you got it's still a 22 is decent. That's like you don't offend people. I think you can't really offend people now between that and re-rolling ones. Yeah, so you're asking around, and that's kind of the vibe you get. People are at like, why do you want to know where the Iomedaeans are? But eventually, enough of them tell you where it is. And one of them is actually nice enough to tell you to watch what you're doing because like that whole district is like watched basically because Iomedaeans congregate there.
So just to be clear, when she's asking around, it would be more like, are there any like less? Hey, I'm looking for these people, and more like, are there any of these people around still? Like, what the fuck are they?
Yes.
Why is it still open? Like, it would be more like that sort of attitude, but with the idea of gathering information about where they actually are.
Okay. Yeah, so then you get even less of the looks then. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe you get. And again, one of them still warns you, like, watch what you're doing down there. Like, people are watching down there, obviously.
Okay.
Alright. I'm just gonna roll. Yeah, so you do that, and you now know where they are down at Hellhound Hill. And is anybody else doing anything in the morning? You guys are doing mostly shopping in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Now it's lunchtime, so Vors has an appointment. I guess he's going to leave you to go meet Lady Vaspian. Who's over here? Put her back over here for you guys to see. And you're not going to hear Vors. I don't have another map for it, but you're going to go to a nice restaurant in town, and she's going to take you. And just you, right? You're not bringing Nero or anybody else?
No.
Okay.
Wouldn't do that.
All right. So you sit down for a nice lunch, and there's halfling servants are moving back and forth, and she orders a salad and the main course of some lamb, and pretty much anything you want is on the menu. It's a fine restaurant, and there's pretty much wide open menu. What does Vors want?
All right, what is Gregorian known for?
The delicacy here, enjoyed by most nobles, is what's it called? It's a special type of pig that's from hell.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
It's like special kind of pig from hell.
From
oh
hell.
god.
Yeah, it's an Avernus Razorback, not to be confused with Avernus. Avernus is the first circle of hell. It's like the most outer region of hell. And there are literally pigs from hell that are like a delicacy here, basically, like because they're so closely related to hell. It's actually minorly addictive. Vors would know, even without making a check. Like it's so good that it's minorly addictive, and it affects your wisdom if you eat too much of it.
I guess the Wars would have that.
Right. Excellent choice. So yeah, the halfling nods, and as if that's a common order. And you see the Archcountess's face. She kind of scoffs when you order that. She kind of rolls her eyes and looks away.
Just be the. All right. Well, I study her. That. I get +3 on like all this stuff.
Okay. Hopefully you can see your skill rolls. You know,
I mean, I would. Was she even trying to hide it?
no, she was extremely obvious at her distaste for you having ordered that.
Is she being like? Do I read her as being like honest about that?
Make a whatever sense motive check. You got a 27, and I actually dragged the window down to the bottom to make it super wide now, so you can actually see the skill because it's stupid. But yeah, so you got a 27. So yeah, you believe she's being sincere. This is not like her playing a part or like the game you were playing last night. This is just she's disgusted that you would order the Avernus Razorback meat.
I mean, did she ordered lamb, right?
She ordered lamb, yes.
All right, so she's not a vegetarian.
That is correct.
Be like, so I'm sorry. Did my dining choice offend you?
She says, not the meat, but where it comes from.
Wow.
What do you mean? You have a problem with hell?
And she shakes her head. No, of course not. And she's like, oh,
Then
you're new in town. I forgot. And she says, that worm, Sethic, he farms those pigs.
wait, is that the other guy?
Yes, that is the Power Town, or Power Duke.
Wait, so wait, he farms them? Like, all right, so this is Chris. The like, can those boars like only be raised like in hell, or like did he bring some out and like he farms them somewhere else now?
Boars does not know that, but make a knowledge check to see what you know about the boars.
I don't know which button that is.
It's after intimidate.
Oh, I gotta click myself first.
Aha.
Where am I? There I am.
Yeah.
Move me.
Move it to the table. Planes, not super great. Yeah, so you don't know a whole lot about it, but you would imagine that they could be raised outside. You're not certain that they could be, but you're pretty certain, like, they can certainly live outside of it. I'm not sure if they could be bred outside, but yeah.
All right. Well, he's farming them. Right. So
Yeah.
she just said he's. All right.
Sure.
Well, I mean, like, where's the farm?
It says outside the what's it called? South of the Vice. He's got a farm out there somewhere in the forest.
Interesting. I guess like. Wait. So like, do you have a problem with like the like them being farmed, or like just the fact that people eat them in general?
I have a problem with Sethic.
What? Really? Like, I'm sorry. I haven't been in town for many years. I have no idea like what's going on. Like in the social scene here. Like what did he ever do to you?
What did he ever do to you? She just shakes her head like it's you know, this used to be his. A lot of this used to be his. He keeps coming back. He won't go away. The Hell Knight should have just kept him, put him out of his misery.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
And she looks at you and says, "You don't know?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And she actually laughs and covers her mouth like, "Oh, I keep forgetting. You have been out of town for a long time, it seems."
Yeah.
And she explains that he was held by the Hell Knights of the Order of the Scourge, which are like the heresy police. Like, he was held for 2 full years by the Order of the Scourge.
Holy shit.
And during that time, the majority of his holdings were seized and auctioned off, including the Lawgiver's Rests, which she bought. Her late husband, had bought.
Wait, for heresy? Like what? Like what did he say?
She shakes her head and shrugs. She said, the rumor is that the Queen herself ordered his arrest. And also his release.
Interesting. What other holdings did he have? And like, I guess how did he come? Like, did he lose everything?
She begins listing off a couple of things in various districts in town. A lot of stuff is in the low districts. Basically, he seems to have a lot of holdings in the crappier parts of town. But she names a couple and then starts trailing off like it doesn't matter. I'm not interested in stuff like that. And then you asked if he lost everything. He says, and not enough, apparently.
Wow. I guess was he stripped of his title and then reinstated?
She nods. She nods and says the Queen was sure to make sure his title was reinstated after he was released, but not his holdings. They had all since been sold. Most had been sold.
Wow. That's quite the story.
And she says, yes, it is. His story is interesting from start to end, but it should have ended. It should have ended years ago when they released him.
Yeah.
Now he's been clawing his way back for 2 or 3 years now.
Has he been doing anything to bother you besides trying to get this place back?
She shakes her head. You said he wants everything back. He's making. And she kind of trails off for a moment and collects herself. He's just annoying. He's just there. He's constantly a bother. He's a thorn in my side.
I guess. I mean, if he wants this place back so badly, why don't you sell it for more than it's worth then?
Now it's a matter of principle. At first, it was a sentimental issue. My late husband bought this place, and we built it up a little bit together. But now I want to see him suffer.
But what is I'm sorry, I'm confused. Somebody persistently trying to give you money for the inn. I don't understand. He must have done more to offend you.
And she shakes her head and says, "No, these are just the games we play here in Agorian, I suppose."
Interesting. So who else do you play games with then?
She giggles again and covers her mouth and says, any who would play, or any who get in my way."
Are they all? What kind of games do you like to play?
And she blushes a bit and then says, well, enough about me. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, I came here to get to know you. You seemed like a very intriguing person, and seemed like you were very interested in my companions.
She says, I'm interested in anybody who's been outside these walls. I've been here far too long. I just, once Niccolo and I get married, I'm hoping to see more of the country.
I mean, I guess why are you waiting for him then?
And she shrugs. And I love him.
Let's see. Oof. Do I believe that?
Make a sense motive check. Yes, you do. You believe that she loves him.
With the 23?
Yes.
Okay. So how did you two meet?
And she shrugs and says, "Oh, some party or other. I'm often at most of the parties here in Agorian, and I forget which one we met at. It was only several months ago."
Oh, really? And forgive my ignorance, but how long does the engagement usually last? They are engaged, right?
They are engaged. Yeah, she introduced him as her fiance, and it varies in Agorian, but 6 months is standard. Yeah.
So you must have started planning the wedding then.
A bit. His family is into a lot more lavish things than I.
I mean, I suppose they would also help to pay for that then.
Certainly. Being the son of the Lord Mayor does have its benefits, even if you are the second son.
Sure. Well. So are there any parties or notable social events coming up soon?
Certainly. And she lists off a couple of boring sounding ones, but there are 2 that kind of pique your interest. The first is being held by, what's his name? There's a soiree at Baroness's. She snaps her fingers for coming up with the name and says Galinthia. I believe she's having a small group of people, a couple of adventurers and throne agents and stuff like that. And later in the week, I think week and a half from now, and she's thinking about the dates. He's like, next weekend, I believe. Demi Baron Caldeveric is having one of his large bashes. She smiles. That promises to be much good fun. And you see her thinking through things, and she's kind of like, no, not that. And she's got like, it's obvious that she has like a very full social calendar, and she's wondering like what's even worth telling you. And she goes, oh yes, the Hellfire Ball. And she says that's in 2 weeks. That's the biggest party of the year. And that's by Baron, I forget his name. Baron, it's Duke, apparently, sorry. Duke Ravin Malivia is throwing the Hellfire Ball, and rumor is that the Queen will attend that one. And she makes a distinction that Caldeveric's party is basically only for Thrune agents, so basically he wants to meet all the new Thrune agents, and that's supposed to be like a raucous, like noble, drug-filled orgy. And she doesn't say those words, but that's the vibe Vors gets. It's a Vors party. And the Hellfire Ball is a high society affair.
Are you saying that Vors can't go to both?
You
doesn't fit into both?
No, she says, of course not. But I'm just,
Wait, was she insinuating that, or is that what he was like just reading?
She explains the difference in the parties. Like she's much more, she's better at being high society than I am. But she explains the difference in the two parties, and she says like the Hellfire Ball, the Queen will be there, and it's like it's a high society, like nobles will be very nobly.
Yeah.
You do the special dances and all that kind of stuff. And the other one's like just like a rave, like a Renaissance rave.
The candy kids are there.
Yeah, the candy kids are there. Yeah, he says Demi Baron Caldeveric is eccentric. You'll love him.
Fantastic! I can't wait to meet him. So like, how do I read her as like taking Boris? Like, does she seem to think that he's more high society or more not?
Let's see. I'll make a secret perception check for her. See how she sizes you up. You get the vibe that she thinks you're lower society than higher society.
Okay.
And again, so you ask her about that, and she realizes now that she's been talking far too much. And she says,
how do my knowledge checks go, like for nobility? Like, do I recognize those people?
Oh, yes, you rolled very well. So, do you have any specific questions you want to know about those people, or?
No, basically, I just wanted to know whether or not I could like speak intelligently about them,
Sure.
And just like I would basically just be like, oh yeah, so and so like of this family and did that thing and like all that.
Yeah,
Like basically,
Darius Calderic is interesting in Cheliax because he is a half elf. So like having mixed blood in Cheliax is usually like a no-no, but he is like he's the guy throwing the rave, and he's super eccentric. He's like a really rich patron of the arts, and the Queen like loves him like in a like a gay best friend basically. Like she sees him as like delightfully wrong, but like she loves to like kind of just have him around. But like officially, like the stuff he does is borderline heresy.
I guess like Vors would just like speak to all that like about him and like I guess like even I guess would Vors have I should have rolled like see whether I knew the Paraduke better. I probably should have known his story. You want to make
another knowledge check now to see what you know about the Paraduke?
Yeah, I guess like I played the beginning of this meal wrong.
That's okay. Go ahead. Make another knowledge check. Let's see what you got. Alright. Nobility. That's a large number. Alright. Things you know about the Paraduke. Salgano Sethic is a self-made man who came out of nowhere to build a mercantile empire from failing trade concerns and dead-end businesses in Agorian's cheapside neighborhoods. In doing so, he earned the honorific title of Paraduke, a non-hereditary, non-landed title. So it's not like his son won't be Paraduke. Arrested by the Order of the Scourge, Sethic was interned and tortured for 2 years. The Hell Knights mysteriously released the Paraduke a few years ago, with his body and financial empire broken. While Paraduke Sethic is a shell of the man he once was, he is not vanquished. He is vigorously rebuilding his empire, which has brought him into conflict with the Archcountess in front of you, who refuses to sell back those assets that belong to him before his fall from grace. How did you... Yeah, you still got more. Of Salgano Sethic's many business ventures, one of his most successful involves the breeding and butchering of infernal swine called the Avernus Razorbacks. So you would have known all this.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like, I played it wrong. I should have done a knowledge check and should have actually been talking intelligently to her about these things. And yeah.
Yeah, so not only is the meat of these pits considered a delicacy among Agorian's elite, but any creature devoured by the hellish boars cannot be raised from the dead. And
nice.
You got this one too, because you rolled high enough. There are many rumors regarding Sethic's arrest, imprisonment, and torture by the Order of the Scourge, but the most compelling involves his relationship with Queen Abigail. The Paraduke is a patriotic man, and when granted his title, he swore officially never to lie to his queen. Sethic supposedly confessed to some terrible crime during a conversation with her, and she ordered his arrest. Interestingly, she also ordered his release. So yeah, you basically knew everything she told you.
God damn it.
Apologies.
Do we want to retcon that then?
It's too late now. No, I don't want to redo the whole conversation.
No, not that much. I guess would that change her perception of me at all, based on?
Yeah, you're just attractive and dumb.
Maybe a little bit, but she still doesn't see you as like a high society kind of person. But if you're talking more knowledgeably about the nobles, that kind of interests her. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah, I mean, I definitely.
You could be trying to play it off as though you were trying to figure out what she knew.
That's true.
That's true.
Right. You're playing dumb.
You're playing a game. So you go back and forth for a bit, and you can tell that she's sizing you up as you're sizing her up too.
All right.
Yeah. And you also confirmed that everything she told you was true, as far as you know.
So she doesn't seem to be lying to me.
She doesn't appear to be lying to you. She seemed to be rather forthcoming. And again, yesterday she was very coy and played back, but the fact that when you ordered the pig, it kind of just set her off a bit. And she stopped hiding for just the briefest of moments, and actually let out sigh of disgust, how much she hates this man.
Yeah. So I guess so what? Wait. So why do you keep the guard up?
She says, "What do you mean?"
Oh, I mean, all right. I guess she. This is Chris. Did she recover after she scoffed, or?
Yeah. As the conversation's gone on, she's given you more than she did yesterday for sure, but she's been recovering. Yeah. Yeah.
I was just he would just be frank with her and just say, look, we can see through the act. Both of us can. We both play the game well.
And as you say that, you can see her face noticeably change. She gets more serious. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just be we can relax together. There's no point in putting up the wall.
Now she takes a sip of wine and she looks at you for a moment and says, "As you say, Mr. Avernus."
Oof. Yeah. Yes.
What are you saying with a diplomacy check?
Oh no, just with the that was just trying to convince her to stop.
Yeah. So you can tell. Again, you look at her face and her eyes. She's usually smiling and happy and coy, and you can see that she's kind of dropped the act now, and she took a little jab at you with the Mr. Avernus.
So besides the Paraduke, what's really bothering you? The guy is just understandably trying to get back the things that he lost. I mean, I don't know if it's the right track, but I certainly understand his motives. Or perhaps I don't know the whole story.
She shakes her head and says, "We're all trying to get back what we lost. Both of us."
I mean, I guess would I believe her to be talking about her husband? Or I guess I would ask, so how did you lose your husband then?
And she seems offended by that question. And she says he drowned in a bathtub.
Cool.
That's common knowledge, she says. Everyone knows that. Why would you ask me that?
Would Vors have known that?
Yes. You want to make another knowledge check? Presumably.
Gets up and leaves.
What'd you roll now? You rolled a 35, so you get a bunch of stuff about her if you want it.
Sure. Yeah.
The Vaspians are an ancient family predating the nation of Cheliax itself, but have slipped into decline within the past century. Levisvia, the Archcountess of Nisitar, is the family's best hope for survival and prosperity. She's been able to increase her house's prestige and wealth through shrewd business deals, her friendship with the Queen, and a series of brief marriages to wealthy nobles. Some call Levisvia... What?
That sounds dangerous.
Some call Levisvia a Black Widow. Though only 27 years old, she's been married 3 times, and all of her husbands have died suddenly and under questionable circumstances. While the Archcountess has never been implicated in any of her husband's death, many still question the wisdom of the mayor's youngest son, Niccolo Rosario, who will soon be Levisvia's 4th husband. With her 3rd husband, the Archcount of Nisitar, Levisvia bought much of Paraduke Thalgano Sethic's former businesses from the Order of the Scourge during the Paraduke's imprisonment. When the Archcount accidentally drowned in his own bathtub, Levisvia inherited her husband's title and full control over Sethic's former assets. Although Sethic wants to buy many of his former assets back, she refuses to sell.
Alright, so I wouldn't have fucking hate. Yeah, I guess like Boris would have played it off, being like, "I'm so sorry, I had forgotten." So I guess like if, like, I'm so sorry for your losses.
Yeah. And she says it's all in the past. Tragedies each one, but all in the past. And she says I'm looking forward, and I'm building something here. I'm building something. I was building something here with my last husband. I'm going to be building something here with Niccolo. And
So what's your vision then?
She just does to bring back relevancy to my house, to bring back notice of House Vaspian.
This is Chris. Is she the only like other one? Or is she the only like one in line who's like?
She's currently the highest ranking Vaspian that you're aware of. There are others out there, and like they're doing their things in other parts of the kingdom. But she's the one in Nagorian, and she's the wealthiest one and the highest rank.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's not that high. Again, countesses aren't that high in the chain. Like dukes are definitely above countesses. So she's only a countess.
Yeah. So I guess like, are you like trying to gather holdings, or like do you? Yeah, like when do you? I mean, if you have like a few businesses, then like, when do you decide to sell them? I guess. Like, are you playing the market or just?
She shrugs and says, "I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm mostly just focusing on my love and marriage of Niccolo, and we'll go from there. We'll see what he wants to do with all this."
Interesting. So what else does she have besides the inn?
She has a bunch of businesses in the Low District, mostly related to like shipping and things like that, stuff on the docks.
Yeah.
But this is the best moneymaker. Like the high end inn kind of it almost runs itself. She said yesterday, and it makes a lot of money.
So if you don't mind me asking, like how, yeah, like what would a place like this go for? Like what's a business like this worth? Yeah.
And she says, we bought it several years ago from the Order of the Scourge for 5,000 gold, but it's appreciated a good deal since then. And she says 6, 7.
6 or 7, wow.
And she says, like, this neighborhood is up and coming, and she goes into several real estate related stuff, basically. Like, this is the rich neighborhood. This is the rich neighborhood, especially that caters to foreigners, and foreigners love to spend money in Agorian.
Yeah. So I mean, have you considered partnering with it? Like, forget the Paraduke, but perhaps you could found like a more amenable, like buyer.
She says, "No, I mean, I don't think I'll sell the Lawgiver's Rest. Not to the Paraduke, not to anyone. I've come to like this place, as boring as it is, and it will be my home until Niccolo decides where we'll go from here.
It's fair. Yeah, this is a very, very comfortable.
She
It is a
nods.
very comfortable place. Yeah.
It's full of interesting stories. I can have dinner anytime I want with people from all around the world.
Yeah. I can see why you'd want to hold on to it.
She nods and seems a little. She actually smiles for one of the first times in the lunch. Seems happy that you've understood her.
Yeah. So I guess he would turn the conversation back to like socializing and the parties and all that, and like ask her about like which ones she'd recommend going to, which ones she's planning on going to, and basically just like when you can, just flatter her.
Sure.
And
Give me another diplomacy check for the general flattery. And when you ask her which social event she's going to, she says certainly the Hellfire Ball. That's like anybody who's anybody in Cheliax will be there, but tickets are going to be a rare commodity, especially as the rumor is saying the Queen will be there. You know, who knows how many people will be able to get in there. So your compliments do.
I guess I would ask her do you have tickets yet?
She says, I don't even need one, she says, and she kind of perks up, like I have the Queen's ear, of course I'll be attending.
Oh, of course, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about your friendship with her.
Yeah, and again, she seems like kind of smarmy and smirking that, of course I do. I mean, come on. And then she goes over and she says, Cavalderics, and she struggles for the word. She eventually just settles on party. It's usually a bit much, but it should be more interesting now with all the Thrune agents in town, so perhaps I'll attend that as well. And the other one, I forgot what it was, Galathea or whatever it was, she says, that seems a bit beneath my stature. I'm not sure I'll be attending that.
Vors probably would have caught wind about, like, tickets being sold, right?
To the Hellfire Ball? You
Yeah.
haven't really been around town yet, but presumably.
I mean, like, presumably if he's going out and with his black market connections and stuff. And, like,
yeah.
Are the tickets only sold on the up and up, or like if it's sold secondhand? Like, is there a secondhand market for them?
She's unaware of that. She's always done things on the up and up. She's like, I'm not sure if they sell. I mean,
This is Chris asking Joe.
Oh, sorry. Presumably, you could probably get the tickets on the black market. I don't think you have to be specifically invited. So I believe it's just if you have a ticket, you're allowed in.
Okay.
And she would also tell you that the Cavalderic party, he's inviting all Thrune agents. Like he got a list from the Scriveners of Asmodeus, and he's inviting literally everyone in town. If you show the Thrune room, you get in.
All right. Well, I'm going there. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically he basically just he can tell that she's trying to increase her social standing and would flatter her on the progress that she's made with that, and like basically allude to like seeing her at like these other parties, and and is there anything else that like if he like sensed the conversation was winding down, he would kind of try to read her to see if like she wanted to like have another meal or see each other again.
Yeah. So she accepts all your compliments and she lets you fawn over her for a little bit. She actually she eats it up basically, and you do a very good job of complimenting her. So she does that, and for a while she just kind of just lets you talk about her and ask her those questions that you asked about the party and stuff. But as you said, like you're no longer playing the game, and she's her demeanor has definitely changed, especially considering like last night. He says, "So we're done with that. We talk plainly now." And she says, "The fact that you've been assigned quarters in my inn implies that you have no standing or patron in the court. Is that correct? If you did, surely you'd be somewhere nicer."
Yes. Well, that's a long story.
And she nods knowingly, and even without a sense motive check, you can tell that she knows a bit about you. She's done her homework as you have done yours.
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, if you would have such a patron, I could be a powerful advocate."
Wait, sorry, what?
If you would have such a patron in the
No,
court.
no, no. This is Chris asking
Yeah.
Joe. What? If I had a patron, she would be my advocate.
If
or she
you would
offered?
have a patron, if you would like to have it, if you currently do not have a patron and you would like to have a patron, she can be that patron.
Oof. I want to be a double agent. What's involved with that? I don't know. In Charlie X.
What's involved with what? What are you asking? Asking Joe or her?
This is Chris asking Joe.
Yeah.
Like, is that like having a vassal? Like, I don't.
No. Basically, she would talk to you. She would talk you up in royal court. She would get you in the presence of the queen and her advisors. She would talk about you specifically.
Oh, all right.
It's not like a vassal. It's not like you're pledging yourself to her or anything like that. It's basically she's like, do you have anyone speaking on your behalf in the royal court of Agorian?
Okay, gotcha. Not that I want to tell her. But... All right, so I guess. Well, there's the yeah. So the Paraduke. So she's titled, right, and that is inherited.
She is an archcountess, and that is an inheritable title, yes. But it's a lower title than Duke.
Yeah, I mean, Boris would just play it off and be like, "No, I truly appreciate the offer, but I'm trying to keep a low profile, at least for now."
And she studies you for a moment, obviously unhappy with your answer. And she actually wraps the table with her fingers for a moment before nodding and accepting it.
I'm truly sorry if I offended you by refusing your gracious offer, but the time for me to move hasn't come yet, but it will.
She nods and says, "A pity." And she sees.
I've learned that my cousins are in town. She presumably knows about my cousins, my uncle, and all that bullshit. So it's just like I've learned that my cousins are in town, but having just arrived last night, I haven't had time to gather any information.
So again, she says it's a pity, and she says you seem so interesting. You seem so close to greatness. When will you reach out?
This is Chris talking. All right. Wait. So the but I guess the ball is 2 weeks away.
Yes, the ball's in 2 weeks, I believe.
The rave is 1 week away.
It's like this weekend. It's like the middle of the week, so it's at the end of this week, and then the ball's the next week, basically. So,
So I hear you just say, "Give me a week," so I can answer you properly.
she takes her sip of her wine, and she seems obviously unhappy that you're not just jumping at the opportunity to be working with her, but she seems okay with that. She nods. It's fine. You'll be at the inn anyway.
I will. And sorry, what's your title again?
Archcountess.
You just say, "I'm sorry, Archcountess, but I'm sure you can understand." I guess patience and waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
She nods. Timing it's not everything, but it's certainly something.
That was Chris throwing shade, not Boris.
Yeah, so So you guys get you had your lunch and you were eating this whole time while
Yep.
we were talking, and it's basically wrapping up. And she seems rather disinterested in you now. Like you're done playing the game and you've rejected working with her. So she's kind of just done with this. She's being polite, but you can tell she's very obviously disinterested.
Mhm. Yeah. He'd try to like assuage her disappointment and like try to and just emphasize that he just needs to be patient, try to impressive give her the strong impression that he intends to take her up on her offer. He's just not ready yet.
Okay. Make one more diplomacy check as you're leaving to convey that. And I assume you can't even fail it the way you guys have bonuses these days. Oh. That is it's not a success, but it's not an offense. So yeah, so she doesn't seem to believe you. Like basically, you say like, oh, I'm really considering your offer, but you say it in such a way that she's not sure you're being sincere, and she just seems disinterested.
Alright.
And the check never comes. Basically, she's just paid. Like she just waved her hand, and it's understood that she'd be paying for it. And she just bought you 100 gold meal. That pig ain't cheap.
Boris would wait. I can't. Well, Boris asked her out, right?
You asked if she could see you could see her tomorrow, and she said, "Let's have lunch."
I guess yeah. Boris would say something along the lines of like, or what's the custom in Agorian? Is it like whoever's higher status or whoever asks out, like pays for the meal?
I'd just say higher status. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm gonna go with higher status. Would pay. And yeah, and she already did it. Like the check didn't even come to the table. It was just like understood that she just waved and it's taken care of.
Yeah, he would say something along the lines of like, I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping to treat you today, and like perhaps when we speak next week, I could, could buy you dinner or whatever.
It's nothing. I know the guy who owns this place. I know most of the chefs in town. Believe me, it's fine.
All right. Well, I'd still like to take you out for a meal. Again.
Perhaps. And again, she seems like markedly more disinterested in you. She said, perhaps, we'll meet at dinner and we'll see where it goes.
All right. Well, thank you for the meal. This is a pleasure.
Indeed. And she steps up to go and takes her leave. Alright. What was everybody else doing for lunch?
And she takes her weave.
Takes her weave, yeah. She's got her big hair all up in her widow knot.
Takes her weave and throws it down on the table in disgust.
Bob, what were you doing for lunch? Because you skipped breakfast. What are you hanging out with Darren eating lunch?
Doing some yoga.
Bobbert.
I am on mute.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, how are ya? Yeah, I'm assuming that I'm drinking with Dern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dern would be drinking. Until he has his orders, he's gonna be drinking.
Good plan. What are what is Nero and Iwan doing for...
Wait, hold on. Bob wants to convey to Dern that drugs are awesome, and we're gonna get him some drugs.
I've never had drugs, but yeah, I'm open.
I have to tell you about this thing Zerk, man. Like, we do this thing Zerk all the time. It's the shit. We're gonna hook you up. You're gonna get free.
Sure, thanks, man.
Alright, now...
He's never heard of Zerk.
Well, don't worry, because I can't explain it. And see.
Nero and Iwan, what are you two doing? You got those two doing talking about doing drugs together while having lunch. What do you get to up to?
Get the drugs.
So Nero would probably start to lay out more
stuff that he wants to divine on and probably just eat a spare sort of lunch.
Okay.
So similarly, Iwan would scarf something down quickly, throw on a disguise, and work her way down to where she thinks the church is, and just do her stalker thing.
Okay. Are you asking questions, or are you just kind of staking out the church in general?
I think for this one, it's just going to be like trying not to raise any suspicions yet, just seeing what she can see.
Okay. Yeah. So you do so, and again, it's the Imedean church there. It's a decent size, like it's the capital city church, and it's not shut down. It's not even like there aren't like Hell Knights standing outside of it. From what you can see walking around, go ahead and make a perception check. But
Sure.
what you can see walking around, you don't see any like, active military or Thrune presence. Kind of, it's not like martial law has been declared around this area. People are just walking around. People are entering the church. People are leaving the church. There are Iomedean priests, like visible, conducting sermons, all kinds of things. Not exactly what you'd expect, especially like in the smaller towns when they declared martial law. They kind of just shut that shit down and drove the clergy underground. But the capital city is so big, and there are so many Iomedean followers here that the crown is presumably afraid that shutting that down might cause more disturbance than it's worth. And again, Iomede literally lived in old Cheliax. Like, she was a human who ascended to godhood. She was in Kansara. She was the mayor there for a year. So, like, she is part of the national identity here, even though everybody is, like, aligned with Hell now. Like, she is a local hero, a local girl, like a Joan of Arc who became a god here. So it's not like you can just shut down the biggest temple in the Empire
Yeah.
and call it a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you walk around for a while and you do a bunch of scouting out. I don't think... Did you have a description of that guy?
I don't think it was a great one. If I... Let me see. Because I started a separate channel for it.
Yep. Souls for Maggie.
Just that he has infernal strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from the Whipcrack district. That's like one of the slave trading areas.
Oh, okay. I assumed that was a description of him.
Oh, no. Apologies. No. Whipcrack is a district in Agorian. I can go to the Agorian real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the bottom right, I think. Bottom right. Yeah, over here. So it's one of the big slave trading. So Whipcrack and the Long Market have like very large open air slave markets. And he's apparently an abolitionist that's working near the Whipcrack district. And Hellhound Hill is the center of Iomade. So you're kind of just hanging around Hellhound Hill, just kind of getting a feel for what's going on. And with that level of perception check, again, you don't see like a huge Thrune presence, but you do notice a couple of guards moving through. Like you see every now and then there's a Hell Knight like walking down the street. And that's not completely out of the ordinary. There's lots of Hell Knights all over the town, but you do notice there is slightly more here than everywhere else. It's just not an oppressive kind of feeling. But the person you talked to did say to watch your step there because people are watching. And as you walked to the area, so you came down like from the middle of the Empire and you kind of walked through here, you saw like all around Hellhound Hill, like over here, is like really expensive villas. Like very rich people live in this part of town. And like they have like these big like patios and vanios and things like that, and they can kind of see over into here. And as you're walking through, you can see people like on their patios outside, just kind of like watching the Iomedeans mill about in their part of the town.
Okay.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary, unless you want to go into the temple and poke around. That's pretty much all you see.
No, I think she more just trying to get a feel for like how big is this? How many people are going in and out? Like, it's more scouting to help inform future scouting.
Yeah. Okay. So it's certainly dozens, if not hundreds, of people going in and out. Like you're there, if you stay there for a couple hours, like they have a sermon, and it's a fairly large temple. Like dozens of people come out when the sermon ends, and you see like they have several during the day. So you see people go in and out, and people also just go in throughout the day, presumably to do confessions and things like that. But it seems to be a fairly active, large temple.
Okay.
Alright. So that was lunchtime and the beginning of the afternoon. What else do you guys want to do?
I'll get you a pile of questions. It's probably about books,
Okay.
and then tomorrow we'll do probably more stuff about wars.
Okay. Questions about books. Questions about books. All right. Anybody else doing anything? Vors, you're back now too if you want.
Come drink with your buddies.
Well, Boris?
What's up?
Well,
I mean, Wars would probably go out and like start like low key trying to like track down his cousin and find out what's up.
Oh, I think Nero was asking you something. I think he was role playing that well.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at data to make sure that the print was not Fubar.
no worries.
Oh, so what's going on? Sorry.
So how'd it go?
Well, she was offended that I didn't take her up on her offer to be my patron in the court.
And you didn't take her up on the offer because
Seems a little soon. We just got to Agorian.
I don't quite follow, but we've been approached by two nobles in 2 days.
Exactly.
So you're hoping that a bigger fish jumps on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I very much have an abundance mindset. And
Understandable.
quite frankly, she's like fucking killing her way to success. Not sure that's the kind of person I want to be involved with.
I mean, it is the old-fashioned way. You only have to worry about her if you're above her, I suppose. Or underneath her, as it were.
Well, I don't know. I prefer to top, but I'm not sure how she takes it. Is that Nas or is that Nero reacting to that?
That's a little bit of both, yeah. Anyway, all right, good to know that we have options. Yeah, we'll have to feel this out and see if what her offer actually is, other than a vague patronage. All right, we should check in with Azenio and see if there's any word on what's going on. But I don't know what else. What else does everyone have planned for today?
Yeah, because I think should we wait until like word gets out about Vex before we move? Like that, if we uncovered that, like his plot, and did away with him, that would probably improve our standing in Agorian.
For sure, if that becomes public knowledge, we'll see if that actually becomes public knowledge or whether that's going to be swept under the rug by the state. Yeah, I'll check in with Azenio. Where is everyone else going this afternoon? Are we just going to meet back here for lunch? Are we going to, or for dinner? Are we all just going to part ways for the day?
Probably shouldn't split the party too much.
Dernstein.
I think meeting back up for dinner is good.
What's that?
I think meeting back up for dinner is good.
Yeah.
We appear more formidable together. People need to start knowing about us.
Well, why don't we travel in pairs?
There are 5 of us now.
I'm role playing. I don't know this darn cat.
He hasn't inducted Dern yet.
Yeah.
He just met this guy. That could be a crazy
All
movie.
right. Should probably Nero. You and I should probably split up and watch the children.
All right. Iwan, you with me?
God damn it.
Are you sure you're going to want to? I think actually, Wars and I should go together. We're the ones who are.
I think Boris and Bob need to be together. There's a lot of drugs.
You got your new drug partner.
Yeah, but I don't have the drugs. You're not. Come on.
He needs his plug, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to check into the Midnight Church and come back here anyway, so I suppose that's fine. Something tells me you have something more interesting in mind?
Sinister, maybe.
Okay, this is Chris. Is there anybody on your list, Megorian?
You're asking me? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what she was. Yes. So when you were gone before, I was scouting out around the Amadean Temple just to get a jump on that. But yes, that's basically what she's going to be doing here.
Did you find him, or did you need like help finding the person?
She didn't find him, and she would gladly take help.
I mean, I want to use Boris's like his what is it? Urban tracking feed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you're willing to ask around with her.
yeah, Boris would help with that, Joe.
All right. So urban tracking is diplomacy checks.
If I'm not going to be long at the church, should we all just go together? I guess.
Do you want to be part of this?
Oh,
Are there things you want to see? I have,
You're
I have-
sick.
I have business here.
Business.
well, I'm more
Business.
worried about if business goes south or if there's need of me. Maybe I'll just keep an eye on you through different measures, if you don't mind.
Sure. So,
So Nero.
go ahead.
So Nero basically casts a blessing over you using a new rod that he has, and he touches you two on the shoulder and then Bob on the shoulder, and calls down the blessings of the God Claw, that sort of stuff on you. And he says the God Claw will inform me if you need me.
Cool.
All right.
So that's a spell. It's 20 hours long. So
Jesus. What does it do?
Jesse, what is it?
status, it's called. It's when you need to keep track of comrades and make it separated, you mentally monitor their relative positions and general condition. You're aware of the direction and distance of the creatures, any conditions affecting them: unharmed, wounded, disabled, staggered, unconscious, dying, nauseated, panicked, stunned, poisoned, diseased, confused, and the like.
Dang.
So long as we're on the same plane, I know vaguely where you are.
So take him to another plane. Got it.
Correct. But even then, I know they're
Big
gone.
plane.
So before they head out, since now Ivan will have boards with her and knows that he'll be doing a lot of the talking, she'll just kind of go into the details of, there's the guy's name is Sigi Eulogio? I don't know,
Sure.
something like that. He's a human. He sold his soul for infernal strength, and now basically, the devil that he sold his soul to is like basically taking control of his body. So they're like, he's in this struggle constantly, and so he's trying to get an exorcism. So Iwan says, like, I was going to go asking around if one had a friend who needed an exorcism, like where would they go, and that will probably lead us to him eventually. But you know better than me. Like, this is the information. You can do your thing. And I guess she would also mention that the guy is, so like she already visited the church, and she kind of described what she saw there, and then that the guy is from or works in the Whipcrack district, which is kind of nearby the church.
Yeah. Hey Joe, it doesn't actually say what the DC of the check is.
That's fine. Let me check it out. Let's see. You are looking at urban tracking. The DC you're checking or expire depending on the community size and conditions. If you fail the diplomacy check, yeah, it's interesting that it doesn't actually specifically say that. Is it just sort of like the track ability?
Well, maybe if you go to, I wonder if you go to diplomacy, it's probably a function.
Oh, it's a
Gather
special.
information is usually under
Sorry?
diplomacy. Okay, I'm sorry, I caught the middle.
This is the special use of the urban tracking fee. Basically, lets you like find people specific. Like you can gather information with diplomacy for sure. Yeah. Why don't you just roll diplomacy check and we'll see if it even matters because you'll probably roll like a 30.
And also, I get a +2 on top of this because I have at least 5 ranks in knowledge local.
Oh, that's good. Okay, sure. So, and also describe what you're kind of asking about. So, how are you going about this as you're making your roll?
You just like. Do you know the guy's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you whenever his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's it? Or what's like? You fill him in on like what the guy's about, and, like what he's doing, right?
Iwan doesn't really know very much of that information. She just knows his name, where he's from. He's an abolitionist. And then all the rest relates to what he's trying, like the fact that he's trying to get this exorcism.
I mean, he's probably pretty conspicuous, right? He has infernal strength. I mean, at first, Wars would just like go around, observe, and like try to pick up and see if anybody like mentions his name or something. And then he'd like low key ask around about him. Like, is it common knowledge that he, like, Wars would basically just like say that he's like heard about this guy's strength and like is looking for him, and, like really just wants to meet him.
Yeah, so the story that I would know is she didn't learn that like on the streets or whatever. She got that from Maggie specifically. Like Hell knows that. In the records, that was his trait. He wanted infernal strength. You're not sure. Well, make a knowledge local check too. I know you said you had good ranks, so make a knowledge local check to see what you know.
And Wars wouldn't say infernal strength. He would just say like,
Yeah.
he's heard the guy really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead and make a diplomacy check as well to do your first tracking thing. So yeah, so you're walking around like that, and you craft very well. Yeah, exactly, 34, that's what I figured you'd roll something.
+2.
All right.
So that's a 36.
Yeah, so you roll very well. Yeah, so you basically, you're talking around basically asking like for strong people, and you're kind of in like the low districts. You're in like Whipcrack is like it's the poor slave trading area.
Yeah.
The South in general, like the things around it, the Sorrow Gate, Sorrow Side, Parley Circle, those are all kind of like lower districts. And you're basically asking around, and you're kind of making it sound like, oh, maybe I have a job. I need some muscle. You know what's going on. And do you mention him by name specifically, or just asking for muscly people?
Maybe be asking around and just seeing like, he'd be patient, asking if if he like anybody drops his name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
And like, oh, and if, yeah, and as soon as somebody does, like you take them up on like their offer to connect them or whatever. Yeah, if they do that.
You ask around for a while, and again, you're making it seem like you have a job or something, so you get a lot of interest because a lot of people down here are looking for jobs. They're looking for work, and you're like, I'm strong. What do you need to do? What do you need? And you're like, no, and eventually you drop his name, and it takes a while, but you eventually get a hit. And once you do that, you kind of follow the chain a little bit, and you're led to a slave market in Whipcrack. like one of the big open air ones. Like there's a small side one, and they take you there. And the guy looks around and says he's usually here. He says he helps move the slaves. He helps set up the stages and move the slaves. And I don't see him today. He's looking around. It's like, but he's usually here. You'll find him here.
All right, cool. Thank you.
He stands around as if expecting money.
All right. What's a decent amount of money for a tip like this?
A gold would be a good tip for someone in a low district like this, like because he didn't even do anything really. He just showed you where somebody comes occasionally.
Yeah, where's a slip of gold?
Yeah, he takes it, he palms it, and he looks extremely happy. He's like, anything you need, come find me. And
What was his name?
Oh, I didn't make a name for him. Cheliax name generator, go. Ready? He's a
Tilly
man.
Witch Doctor.
His name is Devo. Like my dad.
No, it's not.
It's on there.
Oh god.
Let's go with alliteration. His name is Devo Dola.
Christ.
Devo Dola, the man on the scene, getting you connected to Siggy, but Siggy's not there right now. Let me take a note about Devo Dola.
So while they're there, Iwan would also ask. Thank you so much for the information. Is it going to be obvious to us who he is? Like, we don't know him. Like, does he have any distinguishing features? Like, how can we know it's him when he's here?
And he says, oh, you'll know. He's huge, and he never wears a shirt, and his shoulders are just jet black. And he draws like this kind of lightning bolt thing. He's like, it looks like the whole top of him is like made of stone.
Okay, then. Well, that'll be easy. And Iwan will toss him a gold as well.
Ah, sweet. Yeah, he's really happy. Yeah, anything else you want to know about him? He's like looking for more ways to make gold.
We'll let you know if we do.
He's like,
Nice
I'll be.
to you.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be around, and you know where you found him, so you can find him. But yeah, you have a pretty good idea that this is where this guy hangs out or works. And you know from your, I almost said Rosalago, you know from your Azamag tip that he fancies himself an abolitionist, as if he's like trying to earn an exorcism by helping to free slaves.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So you and Horrors are there. Mike and Shirag are doing drugs. Where are you doing drugs, Mike and Shirag?
Where are you getting drugs, Mike and
Where are you
Sherrod?
getting drugs?
Well, that's why I said we had to be with Vorse.
Well, you can't score on your own.
No.
So are you following them around? They left. Did you follow them? Are you saying like, Vors, give me the drugs, Vors, give me the drugs, like every 5 minutes behind them?
No, I don't know. Probably not.
So what did you and Dern do? You gotta speak up. You gotta
Dern
roleplay.
would just be following you. Dern would be following you around because he's like a dog. He doesn't know where to go. He just follows people around. So he does what
Alright,
to do.
fine. We're walking around looking for drugs.
You're walking around looking for drugs. Alright, you can make a diplomacy check to see if you can find drugs.
Ah, sick.
You're just like talking around.
Can I just like intimidate the whole fucking town?
You can try to
instead?
scare people into telling you about drugs, but that might run.
Yeah, I would intimidate.
No,
yeah.
that was good. That was good.
So
That was
once you
good.
one
Hell
time,
yeah.
So yeah, and now describe what you're doing. So you're walking around. You're going like presumably to the low districts because that's where drugs are. Well, that's where easy to get drugs are, unless you know people. And you're saying what? What are you telling people?
I'm just walking around, asking for Zerk. I'm asking for Zerk.
You're just saying that out loud. You're like, hey, you got Zerk?
Well, if they look like, I guess I'll roll a perception check to know if the person looks like they would have Zerk.
A lot of people.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of down on their luck, and they do. It does look like some of them could be selling Zerk.
Alright.
So you just walk up to these people randomly and ask them if they have Zerk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a lot of weird stares because you're just walking to people asking if they have Zerk. You get a lot of weird stares, and people are like, no, no, no. And eventually someone overhears you. You're bumbling from one person to the other. And Dern, how do you react? Because he's not very good at scoring drugs, apparently.
I would start to get concerned for sure, because Dern has like a survival instinct built into him, and he sees like you kind of like fucking up the situation. He'll still like come with you, but he's like, oh, I don't know if you're the pack leader anymore.
Bob just walks over to someone and is like, I'll give you a gold if you know anybody who has Zerk.
That guy that you're talking to, he raises his hand and says, I wish I could tell you, but I honestly don't know. And while you're talking, eventually someone comes over and says, hey, shut up. And he kind of waves you over.
Alright.
And he's like, I got what you need, but it's over there. My friend has it over there.
I'm
sensing
his motive. Does his friend have the drugs? Is he lying to me?
You believe his friend has the drugs, yes.
Alright, well, let's go see his friend.
All right.
Is it in the alleyway?
Yeah, it's in an alleyway. That's where all the best drugs go down.
They have the best drugs.
Let me tell you something, Darren. You find the best drugs in alleyways.
Darren's like, yeah, I think we gotta keep our eyes out. I know what this is.
No, your eyes work better when they're in.
Alright, man. Alright. Just, whatever, let me try this Zerk.
Let me try this Zerk. So...
We're gonna get you good and high, little man.
Gonna get you good and high, little man.
That's also a good one.
I don't have like regular commoner tokens. I really gotta get more tokens. I'm gonna use like a lumberjack and put on there that talk to you. Did I just lose Dern and Bob? I just lost your tokens. This is great.
You just killed us?
I just killed you guys. Orc rules. You guys are dead.
Nice.
Okay, Dern, Bob. I can bring you back in probably. Dern. That's Dern. All right. And that failed. Great. I'm the best. Yeah, Dern's broken. Great. Fantastic. Everything's going according to plan here. Alright, let me drag this Dern in. Okay, that one's
God, you made a new turn?
Well, I had an old. New Dern is actually the other Dern.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's great. So let me go to change you to 6.
Oh, God, he has no HP.
I'm fixing Dern.
Yeah, I have no
Everything's
stuff.
fine.
I have nothing.
Everything's fine. I'm fixing Dern, everyone. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Dern's back. His speed is all kinds of jacked up, though, because I don't know if she's broken.
We're gonna get him some speed, don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna fix him. Oh, good. Alright, you're both alive now. I'm gonna copy you. Instead of cutting you the maps, I'm gonna copy you the maps. Alright.
Are they on a different map?
They're on a different map now, yeah.
Oh, God, is there a drug map?
There's a drug map, yeah. So you guys are over here. And this lumberjack was telling you to shut up.
He's a drug.
What's the lumberjack's name?
Come on! Come on!
His speed is amazing.
His name is Milo.
The discovery of the ampersand formula command revolutionizes everything and inspires a complete rebuild of the entire sheet, especially the back end. It looks spiffy. Added bonus types to the buff table and automated notes.
Yeah, I don't know how his sheet is different there, but his name is Milo Penis. That's a total.
Nice.
So yeah, so the guy's like, "I'm Milo. Come here, come here," and he's taking you over to this lumberjack to get the drugs in this alleyway.
All right. I assume I'm going in here first.
Okay.
I don't own this, Bob.
You don't own this? Oh, yeah. All players. Does that button work?
I don't own myself either.
Do you have access to yourself now?
I own my Bob. Yes.
Yeah, I own myself now.
Okay. Yeah, so, you are moving over here, and he's basically getting you over to this little lumberjack, and then the thing that Dern knew was going to happen is happening. and people come up from both sides and block your escape,
Ah, fuck me.
and they want to fight you now.
Darren, you know how to fight there, bud.
Darren starts looking at you nervously, and he's like, "I'm sorry for what happens next. It's not. It's not really in my control."
Ominous. So we're gonna roll initiative. Darren, you get to go first. And I gotta roll for
Sweet.
the
So-
lumberjacks. But go ahead.
Do you have battle music?
Do I have that?
Do I? Yeah, I don't know specifically for a drug thing, but I'll pick some battle. I'll pick some random fight. Oh, this is supposed to be used for
I would
you
love
fought the sisters in the Tiefling sisters. But you never fought them.
No, I never fought.
Pretty good battle music.
All right, there you go. This is battle music.
I like the Plague Mask.
Yeah, it's a great game. Though, I guess that was anyway, Durin, you want
Yeah,
to
I'm thinking about. There you go. Darren, let me just turn down this battle music.
Yeah, lower if you like.
So Darren was saying that basically looks away from Bob, and then you can see like parts of his body just filling with blackness, and it's like a blackness of space. It's like the void. The void is now merged into him, and he looks back at you, and he's like this evil-looking, jowling monster, and he's like, and then he takes out his sword and charges in.
In which direction? There are people both ways.
Right in front of him, this way,
Okay.
to the left. Yeah. Let me just get to my sheet and activate Blood Rage. This is the first time I'm using this. Okay. There you go. All right. Okay. I think it's gonna sync. Hang on. Oh, my speed became crazy again.
Yeah, just I'll fix it.
Did my stats update?
I think so. I can't really tell. What stat am I supposed to be looking at? But, okay, you have more than 100 hit points. I'm killing you for 100 doesn't actually work.
Yeah. Okay, it updated. Yeah. So he charges and attacks this guy.
Okay, and what do you do when you charge? So
He pulls out his falchion, his keen curious falchion, and just like, runs like tip first into the guy. Bit.
Alright. Go ahead, roll your attack. See if your macros work.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my macros. Which tab is it on?
Offense? It's like the PC weapons thing, the sword. Oh, you have like dots, right? It's under PC weapons. It's
I have
probably
tiny
the
dots.
first one. I don't know what attack you're using.
Did that do anything? No.
That didn't roll anything. Wonderful.
What about this one?
No.
I'll just do it manually.
Yeah, roll it like this. It's there.
1d20.
Curious what happened. Might be really curious.
Whoa.
Okay.
You got 2 attacks,
You get
right?
2 attacks because you get to pounce because you're you.
Yep.
Okay. That is a hit. Are you actually charging? You have to charge the pounce, right?
You don't have pounce
Yeah.
yet, right?
No, I don't have pounce yet. No.
Oh, then you only get the first attack.
Oh, you only get 1 attack. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So it's just top one.
Alright, so you got a 32, which is a hit.
All right.
And,
Dude, that's a threat.
Oh wait,
is it? Because you're
it's
you?
30. Yeah, it's a threat. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goddamn everything.
So should I roll again? 1d20 and 15?
Yeah. You get a plus 21 to hit. Damage, I mean. Yeah, that's a hit. 30 is a hit.
So that's a crit.
So that's.
So I guess I.
You roll damage as X2, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so.
So I guess you can just take that damage here, the 25.
Yeah, and you get to roll it again, right?
Yeah,
you,
sure.
You crit. You do 2 of those, yeah?
Yeah.
1d6.
Isn't it just times 2, or is it?
No, it's you roll it twice.
Oh, you okay?
In the new path.
Okay.
So that's what, 52 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big hit. Congratulations, Dern, on your first hit
Damn,
of the
guys.
campaign.
So Bob now realizes that there's combat, and he goes.
Wait. Do they have to roll a fortitude check for massive damage?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he's right.
Yeah, he does.
And he has to roll for staggering strike.
What is staggering strike?
When confirming a crit, the target must make a fort save or be staggered. Or just be staggered.
Or just be staggered?
No, I think just for one round.
Okay, it's a DC 15 fortitude save, so he literally just made the massive damage one. And
He
I got
is
20
staggered,
on what do I need to make for your thing?
DC 20.
Oh, okay, so he just makes that one too. That's fortunate.
Bastard.
Yeah. Alright, so he seems very surprised that you were able to jump on him like that. The lumberjacks both begin running down the alleyway. They don't want to get murdered.
The lumberjack who instigated all this?
Well, yeah, they were just like the lookouts or whatever. They're not fighting.
They're the fucking bait.
Yeah, they're the bait.
Yeah, I guess
you
so.
fell for it. Rogue One is going to. No, can't do that.
Wait, where'd the lumberjacks go?
They ran north through the alley.
Ah, sluts.
Rogue One is going to cast a spell on Bob and Dern.
Like fuck you are.
I am. You're gonna make a save though. You're gonna make a will save, friendos.
I'm okay at those, I think.
I think you're okay at pretty much
Yeah,
every
I'm okay
save
with that.
because. Oh no, not good enough.
That was a 3.
And Dern,
I'll just roll it manually. Hang on.
we'll fix your sheet later. I don't know why it's wrong.
Bob now realizing that there's combat, so says,
Oh,
so there is no
that's not
Zerk.
Correct. So you are both slowed down. I'm gonna put the little webby thing. You are affected by the
He's so
slow
fucking
spell.
slow.
Yeah. So you are staggered and can only take a move action or a standard action each turn, but not both, and you can't take a full round action. You have a -1 to hits, AC,
That's
and
it.
reflex saves. So he casts that, and then seeing that you are physically slowed down, he's actually going to move up like this and kind of block the alleyway.
For what it's worth, Nero now knows shit might be going
Yeah,
down.
you know.
He knows they're slowed.
Just being slowed is enough, Nero? It's not like damage, it's just they're affected by
Being damaged. Let me see.
No
It's,
damage?
It's sort of vague
I thought
on
it
the.
It was like conditions. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were conditions on there. Let me pull it up and be sure.
Raider 1 is going to shoot at Bob. You have a 22 armor class. Are you within 30 feet? No, just barely. So he's going to 5 foot step forward. He's smart. So that is a hit and a hit for 10 and 4 plus 2 is 16 damage. Alright. And then Rogue 2 goes. Rogue 2 does not like that Dern's in his face like that. Rogue 2 is going to 5 foot step away from you and cast a spell on himself, and he gets all blurry.
Boo.
He gets blurry, and you actually see like almost a copy of him kind of behind him, and it moves, it like jerks around him. And make a spellcraft check if you care. Raider 2 is going to go.
Sure.
Raider 2 has a shot on you. He's going to 5 foot step away from you a little bit. Try to shot you. You're pretty sure that the
20
spell
for
he
spellcraft.
casts is a displacement spell, which gives him like 50% AC.
Okay.
Alright, this guy shoots you for 25. That's a miss. You have a 27 AC. You're slowed, so
Yes.
and you're
Say
charged.
Shirag. Say Shirag.
Yeah.
The dudes casting, are those two dudes?
This won't cast right now. Well, the other one was the other side.
Yeah, those two.
Okay.
Why?
You remember you have a 10-foot reach for future reference. So
I
next
thought-
Yeah,
time
I
I thought he
actually
traded
remember
that.
that.
Yeah,
I have a
you gotta
token
remember.
reach.
he traded the 8th level thing, I think. But I don't know. Maybe he traded the reach.
Oh. Do you have
No,
reach?
I traded. I have a abnormal reach from level
Then Rogue
4.
2
So
didn't know that.
just for next time.
Well, no, you can get a smack at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, smack Rogue 2. You don't lose
Okay.
attacks opportunity when you're slowed, right?
Not that
I
I'm
was
aware
gonna
of.
mention it after, but yeah.
Okay, that's fair. He doesn't know you have weird
wow.
long halfling arms.
So my arm like extends like a noodle. A big black
That is
noodle.
a miss, fortunately. So nothing changes. Alright, so yeah, so he displaced himself. This guy fell back and shot you, and because you were charging, he hit you for 9, and the second shot is a miss. And then the con artist, he begins chanting. And he's just kind of like stomping his foot and like kind of just getting into a groove and just chanting. And you watch as all his friends
Fired.
start like grooving on it. And he 5 foot steps away from
Fired.
you as well. Bobbert.
Bard, they're all gonna die.
How slow is Bob right now?
You were 20 foot, so the slow action didn't actually. Oh, it moves at half your normal speed. So yeah, you're 10 foot now.
Okay, and then as a rules question, this is Michael asking. I have a level 3 spell, but I have 0 per day. Am I
Yes.
allowed to cast that
You
spell?
can cast 1 because your charisma is so high, it turns that 0 into a 1. It's a stupid thing, but yes, you can cast 1 third level spell.
Alright,
As long as it's a standard
So-
because you're slow.
sure. So I'm just going to 5 foot step for the first turn then.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing goals at Rogue One.
You can't. Because if you. So again, you're slow. You can only take a move action or a standard action. You can't move and swing.
Well, isn't that some shit?
It is some
Um,
shit.
Interesting. Well, if that's the case, that sucks. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna move. Fuck me. Oh dear. Man, that ruins the whole plan. I'm just gonna 5 foot step then. That's it. That's all she wrote. God damn it.
Alright. Looks like those guys are. So you just 5 foot stepped up to him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank
Dern.
you.
How's Dern?
Dern, House Dern will. I can hit this guy, right? Rogue 2?
Apparently you have giant arms, yes. But remember, he's blurry if that matters.
I do have big noodles. I don't want to remove. So, yeah, he'll reach out and hit him. And, he'll say, in a very, like, dark, like, voice, he'll be like, "You made a big mistake." But his voice sounds like the Void, basically.
What does a void sound like?
Like a Shriver said.
Yeah, like, hello? Constant death. 34.
That's another threat. So,
Yeah.
I guess roll D100 first.
Okay.
That's easy.
One
So I can
D100.
make you at least.
77?
That is a hit.
Sweet. I also took, Ash.
Sorry?
Polygon. I also took the Cornigon Smash, which I can do a free Intimidate check when I hit.
Yes. So you will, but again, that was a threat, so you have to see if you can confirm the crit too. So you're gonna
Yeah.
use more damage. But yes, you can do your scary thing after.
You have to see if there's anything left to intimidate.
Well, yeah. So it's not a confirmed crit. So you do hit
Okay.
him for 34 damage. He's still standing, so you can make an intimidate check.
I didn't even roll my damage yet.
That was
That
the
was-
hit.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a
all
hit,
right.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, hold on. There's so much shit around here. Look how macros, you know? 27 damage. And the Intimidate effect, which I make on him. 30.
Yeah, that scares him. He's shaken.
And I guess that's it.
Okay.
And his tongue just starts lashing out
Wait,
at the
so
guy.
what
Like,
happened? What happened with the crit? Did you roll to confirm that? I don't see a confirm roll.
I didn't confirm the crit.
He rolled a 6. It's that 1d20 plus 15, where he rolled a 6 plus.
Oh, I'm sorry. That didn't
Do it.
show up on that.
So I made
Must
you a
have
do it.
button
scrolled a
now
bunch.
during under your selected. If you go to Window Selected, I'm gonna match it to see if it works.
Windows selection?
Yeah, Window Selection or Selected,
Okay.
and then if you click on yourself, you should have an attack button there, and it does what I
Oh,
just did.
sweet. Yeah, okay, great.
So that'll work now. We'll fix it.
I still gotta roll my second attack, right?
You're slowed, so you don't get one.
Ah, shit, okay.
Yeah. Rogue One goes, and he's on the other side. He's the one fighting Bob. Is he gonna try to fight you? Is he gonna? I think he's gonna 5 foot step away from you. And cast a spell on you. He's gonna cast magic missile on you. I don't know what caster level it is. So I should find out.
What's his name?
He didn't tell you his name.
Bitch.
How many misses am I getting? Boom, 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 boom. Alright. He's getting 5 misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so 15, 17, 19.
How long does this slow shit last?
1 round per caster level.
What's his caster level?
You don't know that. Raider 1 goes and takes a shot at Bob.
You didn't know that until like a second ago.
Both of those miss you, even if you're slow. Even with slowed, even with point blank, yeah, that's still a miss. Rogue 2 goes, and he's afraid of Dern, and very surprised that you were able to hit him. He's going to take a step back and try to cast at you, Dern. And he is going to cast Lightning Bolt, so make a reflex save.
Alright. Let's see. Button. Okay, we'll print the button. I have a, hold on, plus 10. No, not so good. I'm all messed up.
Yeah, so you're going to take a full 38 damage from the lightning bolts as he zaps
Huh.
you. And you watch it goes through you and slams into the wall behind you, leaving a scorch mark.
Oh.
Raider 2 is still confident that you can't really close the distance and hit him, so he's going to take a shot at you, or 2 shots at you. It is a miss and a miss. You have a lot of armor and it's low. Con Artist continues singing for free. Your range attack? You throw daggers? That's not really useful. Not useful. Go with Bard spells. These are not good Bard spells. Yeah, so he is going to, yeah, he's going to throw a dagger, I guess, because he knows Rage is his friend. Still a miss, so he throws a dagger and he misses. Robert, the zoo.
Alright, I'm using a level 3 spell.
Okay, what do you do?
I am going to cast Screaming Flames, which,
How does that
Holy
do?
smokes.
yeah, okay, so Screaming Flames lets me make a sheet of flame that's 15 feet long and 10 feet high and moves in a 15 feet straight line. And so these guys are going to take 1d8 damage for every 2 caster levels I have. So if I'm not an idiot, that means that I get 5d8 damage on each one of these guys.
That sounds like you're not an idiot. I was really ready to tell you were an idiot, but you know how energy paladins work, apparently.
Yes.
You know that
Okay.
the
0
caster
point.
level is not
0
their
point.
character level. That's pretty impressive that you knew that.
Okay, so any creature that takes the damage also has to succeed at a will save or take 1d3 points of wisdom damage.
So they just take the damage. There's no save against the damage.
There is a save against the damage, I believe. No, actually there isn't.
Okay, so roll the damage and I'll apply it. So it hits both of them? I didn't really understand the wall thing you were saying. It's like a
So I'm a little bit confused about it. So it makes a sheet that is 15 feet long and 10 feet high, and it will move in a 15 feet straight line.
Okay.
And my range is 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels.
Yeah,
So
so easily. You can just draw something like this and then have it move like 15 feet that way.
yeah, that's
so you
it.
just hit them both or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be what the hell did we say? We said 5d8 for each one.
What's it called again? Screaming Flames?
Yeah.
Yeah, verify what he's doing. I'll just assume he's right. But just verify what he's doing. So they take 15 damage each, and they make a save, or what?
Wait, they each take the same damage?
Yes.
Okay, alright,
For
okay.
area spells, usually it's how it works. Yeah.
Got it.
And then
And,
what else do they save for what?
They have to succeed at a will save, or take 1d3 points of wisdom damage.
Raider 1 definitely takes it. I believe Rogue 1 is gonna fail. So I'll roll 1d, or Rogue 1's gonna make it. So 1d3? Okay. So
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a saving throw here. If they succeed at a reflex, if they succeed at the reflex, then they get half, and a will save will negate it entirely.
Okay, so Raider 1 takes half, so he's gonna heal 7 points. Sorry. Well, he's still gonna take the wisdom damage. And the rogue failed it, so he's taking all the damage, but he's saving against the wisdom. So well, that's acrobatics, it's not reflexes. What's my save, Michael?
That's a great question.
Let's see, spellcasting. Third
I don't
level
actually
spell.
know.
It's on the right, so like 0 per day. It says base DC 10, so that's wrong.
It's 17.
Okay, thank you. 17. So Raider 1 made his reflex save. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Rogue 1 took it. So that's right. So you hurt them, but not a whole lot. And you're done. And does the wall keep moving, like next round, or what?
It's instantaneous.
Okay. Dern,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Dern turns around and sees this flaming wall of madness. And he's like, ah! And his hand just raises up.
You have to remember, like part of this is that there are like skulls of the damned made of fire coming out of this wall.
Yeah, Dern's getting pretty pumped up about it. Dern. I might actually cast something. Am I being threatened right now?
You are not. They're mostly using ranged weapon because they think that you're so slow that they have the upper hand here.
Okay, so Dern casts Enlarge Person.
Oh, good.
And enlarges himself.
Hella sick.
He just like touches his void body and like rips magic out and expands in size.
All right. And do you have this as a buff on your sheet, or?
I think. Let's see. It would be smart if I did that, but I don't think I would do that.
That's fine. We can just remember to add like.
No, I did. I
You
did,
Okay.
actually.
But do it and sync up, and it should make you big already,
Okay.
and all kinds of magic stuff. It should update your strength and everything after you sync. So you get big, and you can just kind of you can grow forward. I always play. You can kind of choose which way you grow, so you can be here, basically when
Okay.
it gets bigger.
I don't think he got bigger.
The same size.
It goes to medium.
Oh, he goes to medium. I forgot you're a tiny halfling.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it got bigger.
Oh, and no, you do have to actually. There's a button here for size change, and I added it. So now you can sync. You will get bigger, but you won't be large. So you're still there, but you're medium.
Okay. It's only a one step size change
Correct.
to the next larger one. Yeah.
All right. So Rogue One goes now, and Rogue One is pretty happy that this is going the way that it's going. So he's going to he's going to match your screaming wall of fire with a shout of his own. Go ahead and make a fortitude save. He emits an ear-splitting yell. And make a fortitude save, Robert.
Shit. 4. Yeah, that looks like it'll fucking do that.
Yeah, so you take 7 damage, or 6 damage, and you have this powerful ringing in your ears, but you do not go deaf.
Yeah, Bob's used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he's
Nero
been hearing
feel-
shit for years, literally.
Raider 1 kind of he brushes off his arms, and you watch as like he's making sure he's not on fire. So he's only gonna take one of his shots now because he's busy, and he misses with the first shot.
Doesn't Nero feel us dying right now?
I'd imagine He listed all the things. It doesn't say slowed specifically, but
If they're hurt, he knows.
he knows that they're
So I can go rushing toward you, but I ain't gonna get there in time.
I don't have any healing. I had no money. And I was hoping if there was a fight, Iwan would be there to heal me. or Nero, sorry.
So Rogue 2 is going to... Oh, he already cast Lightning Bolt at you, right? So he's going to cast the Magic Missile on you, and he gets 5d4 plus 5. We'll just do it. Hits you for 17 damage with the Magic Missiles. Raider 2 goes, and he's the one with the arrows. And they think they have us in the bag, so they're going to keep going. And that's a threat with his 29. That is a confirmed crit, and I'll just use the 1, 2, 3, so 8, 7, 15, and 9 is 24.
Oof.
Darn!
There's hurt.
You have damage reduction, you know, right?
Oh, he does? What is it, 2?
Oh, I have
2.
DR2, yeah.
How many times do I... Only on melee, range attacks and melee attacks, not magic. So, I think I hit you twice with the archer. Is that right, or no?
1,
You can check.
I think twice. Yeah.
The bard keeps his song up, and he is going to just throw the dagger at you because range is where it's at. Nope. Throwing the daggers pretty soon. Bob.
Another roll.
Dern like shouts to you, I'm hurting real bad. Do you have anything?
I might actually. Hold on. Fuck. I don't know. Where's my shit? Where the hell is my inventory here, bud?
It's on your sheet. I don't maintain your sheet.
Oh, maintain your shit.
There's like an equipment tab. There's a whole tab full of shit.
Yeah,
I don't know if you actually add things to it.
I don't know. Hey, I have a
You have
potion.
liquid ice and you're a potion of enlarged person.
Yeah, I see. I'm kind of looking at that myself. Like, fuck, I get big right now. No, I can't help you.
All right.
We were here to get help. Anyway. Fuck. God. That's a second rules question. That's kind of like from last turn.
Sure.
Wouldn't they still have a? Wouldn't at least Rogue One have -2 to his save there?
From what?
My armor.
Oh, is Nero reminding you about your armor behind the scenes?
No, I'm
No.
not. But his aura as an anti-paladin, he takes a -2 from being close.
To all saves?
Worse if it's a fear effect.
Okay. Then yes, so he would have had a -2. Let's go back and look.
I just
rolled
opened
like
up
a
the
24.
shit Bob sheet because I remembered
Fair
that
enough.
existed.
Then yes, he would have taken another 6 damage. So you're correct. There you go.
Alright,
All right, anti-paladin.
I'm back.
It's your turn. It's your boy.
It's your boy. I still can't fucking move, though.
Yeah.
You dick. Well, I guess I'm gonna go the other way with this.
You can move 10 feet. That's what you want to do. Okay.
I don't know what I want to do.
I think you're both gonna die here, or you're both gonna at least knocked unconscious here. Dern.
Dern looks to you and says, "Do you have like a plan?"
Yeah,
and,
we were gonna get drugs. That wasn't the plan.
So why did you drag me into this shit? And he's visibly more mean while he's blood raging.
I'm sorry.
And he's like, "You're such a weakling. This body I'm in is weak. You're weak. This is shit. You fool." And I guess I'll 5-foot step in. Can you 5-foot step and fight defensively?
No. But like,
Okay.
you can't even 5-foot step. Basically, you just. That's it. As far as I know, anyway, it's slow. Unless I'm playing very harshly.
And can you like shake slow or anything?
No. Not that you don't get a save every round or anything, right? No. Nope.
What if I ran?
I don't think you can run. I think run is a full round action.
Wow.
That's not run. Yeah, it's a full round action. You cannot run. we're slowed. So you can take a
Okay.
full move if you want. You can move. You have a 30-foot move, so you can move 15 feet instead of taking a 5-foot
I was
step.
here,
there.
right?
Uh-huh.
So he'll just 5-foot step in, and he will go to smack.
You can't smack. You can't move and smack. You
He'll
can only
go-
move or
Can't
attack.
5-foot step. Just
Oh, yeah,
get
okay,
close.
he'll just
Just get
5-foot
close.
step.
Just get in their faces.
Just get close, dude.
Yeah. So that's his move.
Okay. Rogue One is the one over there, and he sees Bob walking away, and he's calling out to you, "Where you going?" And he's running out of fun spells.
Thank the fucking
Oh,
lord.
he didn't use Lightning Bolt yet, but he can't. He's here his friend who did it. Oh, he's got another one. He's got a Scorching Ray.
Oh, of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just roll a one of these to see what you roll. If you roll with 2,
Coincidentally.
10. What's your touch AC? Your touch is a 12, so he misses you. How many Scorching Rays does he get? 3 rays at 11th level. He gets 3 rays, so he gets 3 of those. Blam.
See, coincidentally, the day I learned how to play my character, you learned how to play these guys.
Alright, so 22 and a 23 are going to be hits on your touch AC, and those damages aren't right. He does 4d6 points of fire damage. Do you have any fire resistance that I should know about?
I made a fire, aren't I?
That doesn't mean anything to me. Or do you have fire resistance?
I don't know.
So he blasts you with 2 beams of fire, and the third one shoots over your shoulder and almost hits one of his units. Raider 1 goes, and he is going to come up and shoot at you with arrows. Only the first one.
This is balls.
Rogue 2 gets to go.
Keep running away. It'll get better. Just keep running away.
I'm gonna see. Yeah, he's not smart enough. Like, you stabbed at him, he thinks it was a fluke that you had long arms last time. He thinks you just kind of lunged and got lucky, so he doesn't think you can hit him. And he is going to probably cast a spell at you. Yeah, he's going to use his shocking grasp now, so he's going to try to do that. So go ahead and make an attack of opportunity, Mr. Durham.
Yes. And D100.
I made you the button. Yeah, the D100 too. But the macro on your thing should have been selected.
Okay.
Also,
Is dismissing the enlarged person a free thing?
I think it's a standard.
free action?
I think.
Takes an action.
Yeah, it takes an action.
Oh.
That is a miss, even before you roll. Is that that's to hit? Okay. You can use the macro on
Yeah.
your sheet, though, like on the selection map.
Oh, okay.
Go roll damage. Use that again. Let's go ahead and match that. There you go. 18 is even worse.
Okay.
So,
No.
slightly better. But yeah, so that is still 24 is a miss. Do you have anything else going for you? He's shaken. Shaken doesn't do AC, right?
He was staggered, right? Because I critted on him?
Staggered,
No, he
yeah.
made the save against that unless you hit him again.
No, you're right. He made the save. No, that's it.
Staggered is. Yeah. Okay. I think it's not staggered, it's shaken, so that's right. Shaken. Attack roll, saving throw skills, not AC. Okay, so, yeah, unless you can pull a 1 out of your butt, that's a miss. Did you pull a 1 out of your butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a 1 in my butt.
And, like, so when you enlarged, you got 2 strength. Is that in there? But you also, I guess, lose 1 from being.
Yeah, you stay even.
Okay, then yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah, I thought the enlarged would make me actually useful. I'm just slightly bigger.
You are slight.
Anything?
Yeah, so Raider 2, do you have combat reflexes? Because Raider 2 is shooting at you.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't expect that. Okay, go ahead, make an attack on him.
I do have that.
Yeah, so they see you lunging wildly, and they think you're just like a crazy halfling. And then you turn around and you nail this guy, and you hit him for 27. That's not a threat, I good.
No.
Alright. You're gonna have to have Jeff make you a macro for these stats. 27, that's good. You hit him for almost half his damage. And he seems, again, genuinely surprised. Like, he winds up his bow to take a shot at you, and you just, like, slash him across the chest, and he looses the arrow.
Does he get shaken as well for the intimidation?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, make your
Or is
intimidation
that-
check, and then you only stagger him when you crit. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I only stagger
Okay.
when I crit. Yeah.
Okay, so good. Try to scare him. Yeah, he's scared. He's scared for multiple rounds too. So
Hey, Shirag,
Yeah.
Your raging is already included in there, correct?
It should be, yeah, it's activated.
Is the +2 from your Furious enhancement in there?
In the sword,
Yeah. Do you get an extra +2 in the roll?
it should. If you see on this part, you see on my sheet, like in the enhancement part right there.
I'm not on your sheet.
It should.
I see Blood Rage. I see you have on your melee for Blood Rage. I don't see any bonuses there for your gun. I see your Arcane Strike.
In the weapon line though, do you see the scroll up, Joe?
Uh-huh.
Here, right here. Does this one add in?
Yeah, it's a +2 enhancement. Is this a +2 weapon, or is that 2 only from Furious?
It's a +2 Furious weapon, right?
Yeah, it's a +2 Furious weapon.
Oh.
So he gets an extra +2 on top of that when you rage. You have to remember that.
Oh, I don't have that.
So what's
Yeah, I did.
so it's like a net +4 weapon?
A net +4 when he rages only.
No, well,
I didn't
no,
realize
a
that.
+2 Keen Furious Compulsion is
Right.
a +4 weapon to begin with, right?
Right. And when he rages, the enhancement bonus
Okay.
is 2 better.
Then
so
yes.
yeah,
So-
you need to remember that you have +2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Continue.
We'll get the best macro in the world for you. Okay. So what did you roll? You rolled.
Don't worry. We missed it. We missed it. Go.
So you scare him though. You scare him. Anyway, con artist. Shock, and they're overconfident. So he's gonna. Actually, he can step up and start to stab you because this dagger thing is great. He's gonna stab at you, and he's. Bobber, the Zuber.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah,
That's a good moral.
The drugs lured me into
Don't
this.
walk around literally saying, "Hey, you got drugs?"
Dude, like, why wouldn't
This is-
you just wait? Like, War's one hooks you up.
All right, whatever. We're here now. We're having fun.
Live in the now.
This is Joe's way of saying don't do drugs.
Can I?
Vors was right when he said, "Don't split the party."
Can I? If
I,
if I get big, can I also attack?
Sorry?
If I get big, can I attack?
No, you can get big as an
Oh.
action this round, and the next round you can attack.
Fucking Christ.
You
Get
can use a
more
hero
spells.
point to do a second action.
What's that?
You can use a hero point to take a second
Yeah,
action.
I don't get hero points.
You don't?
No, never.
You should do stuff worthy of earning hero points.
I blew my last hero point saving goddamn points.
Huge mistake.
Where's Joe? Where's Nero? I'm sure he's close by. He's probably flying in, no? Like
I
full
don't know where Nero was. Where were you, Nero? You were at the.
I was at the inn, probably.
You were at the
You're
inn.
like 10 feet. You're like 10 feet down the road, man. Come
I was gonna go to the
outside.
midnight
I
church.
had to
but
go to the shitty side of town to get drugs.
I was gonna go to the midnight church, and y'all bailed.
You're on the other side of town from the
God.
inn.
All right.
It's only been like 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's
which
only
is-
been 24 seconds since he got
yeah,
the
there's
alarm.
no time has passed.
I'm
not even
sure
happening
he's on the way.
All right.
It's gonna take him like
Bob,
an hour
it's
to
your turn,
get
Bob.
in.
What are you doing, Bob?
I don't know yet. I hate
Are you
this.
going to delay? Is that your plan?
No, I'm not gonna delay. That's how you die. Hold on.
Just step in. Just step in.
Step into what? I'm gonna fucking. I get. Fine. I'm
You're
up
You're a
in your
giant in
skin.
armor. Don't get in line. Don't line up so that he can hit you with a spell. Get in front of Raider 2. Jesus.
Dern shouts, "Be a hero, you fool!"
You're a big guy with a hammer. Play a big guy with a hammer.
Get in front of Raider 2. I don't have that much fucking move.
Raider 1, I said.
Oh, it's not what you said.
You
All
said
right.
two.
I thought I said Raider. Oh, I meant to say.
All right. That was your turn. Dern of House Dern.
Dern is gonna kill Raider 2 for
Oh,
sure.
is he?
Dern is for sure killing Raider.
Okay, you get one attack because you're still slowed. It's only round 5. Slowed for
Hang on one
ways
second.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's 28. You crit on 15s? Jesus, okay, good to know. Alright.
Exactly.
That is a hit and a hit on Raider. Oh, you'll get one, sorry. But 23 is a lot of damage.
2
He
more.
is bleeding death on the ground. Flat. And that's your turn. Rogue
Durr.
1 is toe-to-toe with Bob the Zoo. And
Kind
he... What? You saying stuff?
Kind of.
Kind of. He, unlike you, can take 5 foot steps. He's going to. And,
It didn't help, Nas.
He's gonna cast that magic missile.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah. 21 damage. Raider 1 goes, and he's toe-to-toe with you. I think he's gonna 5 foot step away from you and try to shoot you as well.
Stop doing that.
Missing. Rogue 2 is toe-to-toe with you, and he's running out of spells, and he doesn't like, he sees his friend go down, so he's actually gonna 5 foot step away from you, and he'll take a shot at you with his range weapon.
I fucking hate this.
And that is a hit for 10 to his point blank shot. Alright.
Dude, you don't even curate your own sheet. You don't keep track of your potions. You hate this? Go fuck yourself. Like, go fuck yourself.
Like, you definitely have potions. I don't know how you think you don't have potions. I don't know where they are, but you definitely were given potions.
The loot sheet on some of the potions even specifically has note that says somebody should take these. And they're blank. So I echo Michael or Nero's comments.
So the con artist continues his song. I forgot about this song this whole time. That's fine. They should have done it. But that's fine. He's going to try to stab at you again. 25 will hit you for 5 damage. Here's this one.
Move.
Bobbert, the Zubert.
Of course.
You got DR.
What?
Oh yeah, I did have DR. Dern.
Are they still slowed? How long did that last?
1 round per caster level.
So it's still on?
It's still on. They're much higher than 5th level
It's going to
casters.
be at least 9. If they're
How is
firing off
how is
5
that
people.
15? How does it go 5? 15?
Because that's how diagonals work.
That's not how diagonals work.
Indeed, that's how diagonals work.
Well, D&D's stupid.
Don't you have like smite or something?
Yeah, but they have to be
These are
good.
very good bandits. He has smite good, because he's an evil.
Yeah, I'm like, these are definitely not
These
good.
are lawful good
You could
bandits.
channel negative energy.
Ooh, you could channel negative energy.
Can't you shoot?
Yeah, don't you have a bow you never use?
Yeah, but don't I have to drop the hammer to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hammer can't get them with
Just keep
anyone?
getting shot then, that's fine.
Alright, fine, fuck it. I'm channeling negative energy at Raider 1. Actually,
Oh. You don't
What?
even know what those words mean, do you?
sure I do. I'm gonna do a shit ton of damage for nothing.
But you said at somebody.
Oh.
It's an aura. It bursts out from you. So
Oh.
you would hit both of them.
What's the
And
radius
you
on this
would
thing?
also hit Dern, but you're kind of behind a wall, so I'll give you that.
Alright. Okay, yeah, let's explode.
Okay, so how many dice of damage does it do?
Many. Hold on.
I'll roll my will save because I know what you're doing. Oh, Raider 1's not gonna like that.
Jesus Christ.
Is this not in your ship opto sheet?
It's not on the shit pop that sheet.
Actually, it is.
It's not called negative energy.
It's called
Channel.
channel negative energy.
No, it's not.
It's called channel.
I don't have this on the shit Bobda sheet. We're not looking at the same sheet.
Alright, you are a 10th level thing. You've channeled energy for 5d6 damage. 5d6. It's a 30-foot burst from you.
It's not on the sheet.
5d6.
Touch of Corruption. Touch attack is a standard action. Guy gets fatigued, disease, random, or cursed as a DC 17 fort save. Nice if you lose your hammer and need to get someone down with your bare hands. Can use 2 touches as a standard action to do 5d6 currently to anyone in a 30-foot radius.
Where?
Really good if you're alone. A lot of moods need to do area effect damage.
Where does it say that this is channeling negative energy?
It's true. It's true.
You
Don't say it.
you literally don't know how to use your class, and you've got a cheat sheet, and you still don't know how to use your class, dude. Come on.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast Touch of Corruption then.
Yes, we're gonna do the channel variant for 2 uses. Yes, you're gonna
Yes.
roll 5d6.
That is what I'm going to do.
All right, sweet. All right, and so Rogue 1 made it and takes half, and Raider 1 failed it and takes the full 18. to 9.
Damn it.
All right,
You guys got this. You got it.
Dern.
Dern is going to reach out to hit Rogue 2.
Okay. 15 feet targeted. Oh, you're me. That's a hit. That is a crit, a threat, yeah? 16.
Yeah, sweet.
Alright, so that is a successful crit if you roll D100 higher than 50.
Come on,
51
Dern.
or higher.
No.
No. So yeah, so you slice and you just go through the image of him. And it was a very
Does
heavy
he,
blow.
does it kill off an image or anything, or no?
No, it doesn't have mirror image,
okay.
it's displacement. Good question, though.
Okay.
Rogue One, I'm pretty sure he's used all of his spells. I think he has more magic missiles, but I'm not going to bother with that. So he's going to just shoot you. He knows this is working. For 11 damage. Wow. Raider 1, literally pretty bad. But again, you're pockets up away from it. Wow. Miss. Rogue 2, is going to shoot you an arrow. And you can tell he looks afraid of you, so he sees that you keep stabbing him, so he's gonna step away now. Raider 2 goes, and he bleeds. Con Artist goes. He's gonna fight to step up to his friend and stab at you again. Keeping his song up. I think his song is Robert.
I'm gonna. Shit. I will ready Touch of Corruption again in the same explosive manner for when Rogue One starts to cast.
Okay. He's been shooting you the last 2 rounds.
Rogue One or Raider One?
Rogue One has been shooting you twice with arrows.
Alright, when he attacks again.
Okay. When he attacks or casts, you're gonna channel negative.
Yeah.
Alright.
Which is actually called Touch of Corruption, I'll have you all know.
Well, yes, no, it doesn't. Dern.
Dern is going to hit the guy in front of him.
Okay. Yes, there's a guy in front of you. He's a con artist. A 28 is a hit. Not a threat though. For a 27. And that is a nice, not a critical blow, but you know.
Then you got to roll. I got to roll Intimidate.
Sure.
Each
I
of
bet you
those
he's gonna be
hits.
scared. I'll just mark
Add 2 more, Joe. Every hit gets 2 more because of the
Oh, to the
hits.
damage. Okay.
To the damage and a hit.
Yeah, right.
Cool. He's still standing, but barely. He doesn't like that at all.
And he's scared.
And he's scared. Rogue One, he's going to try to... Let's say he casts at you. Let's say he's going for Magic Missile. Okay, Bobbert, go ahead. Do your channel. Do your ready Touch of Corruption that's not a channel. What do you do? What do you do when you do that?
I can't remember the numbers.
Dear God, it's like a video game.
I know. It was 5d6, of
Yeah, that's
course.
5d6. All right. That's cool. You rolled another 16 again. Okay.
No, it was an 18 before.
Apologies. Okay, so Raider 1 fails it, and he takes the full 16. And Rogue 1 is passing it. He's taking 8. So now Rogue One has to make a concentration check or lose the spell he was casting with you. So 14 plus his caster level is bigger than. It's damage taken plus spell level now, or what? Double spell level?
Damage level plus, I think, spell level, yeah.
10 plus 8, and I healed him, so he had to take 6 damage. So 10 plus 8 plus double the spell level. He was casting Magic Missile, so.
Wait, if you healed him for 16,
No,
then
I
you
healed
have
him
to...
for 8.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, 10 plus 8 plus 1 is 19, 40. Yeah, he makes it. So he's still casting Magic Missile on you.
I hate you.
17. Raider 1 is staggered. Raider 1 begins to run away. He just he walks his speed. He's getting away. Rogue 2. He's gonna take a shot at Dern, and he's shouting at the con artist to end it already. And he misses with his bow. Raider 2 is bleeding death still. Yep, still bleeding death. The con artist is not listening to his leader, and he is withdrawing. So he is going to get the hell away from you. And he kind of forgot that you have long arms, so when he gets away from the first square for free, and then after that, he thinks he's home free, and you get to hit him once more.
Oh, it's
So
30.
he turns his back, he like backs away, and then runs, and then when he does that, you manage to hit him for 24 damage, and he dies.
As like the gore starts spitting out of his body, Dern's jaw just starts like grabbing him in his mouth. He's like, "Ah." And he always like being nearly dead in this combat.
You see Rogue 2 looks visibly terrified now. I killed the wrong guy, but it's fine. Rogue 2 looks visibly terrified, seeing this horrible thing that's overtaken you now. Like, the void was something he could probably deal with, but seeing you do that is now horrifying. He does not like this. Robert, the zoo.
I'm gonna activate my armor.
Okay. Rogue 2 is going to shoot at Dirk. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Rogue 1 has to make a 14 will save.
Okay. He did.
Oof.
Does anything happen on a successful save? I thought when you activate the armor, you just heal yourself.
No, that's when I deactivate the armor.
Oh, okay. So what did that do? Like you tried to scare him?
Yeah, I tried to shake him.
Okay. And is that a swift action? Or is it a standard action?
Dismissing it as a swift action. Is
Casting
activating it a swift action, Nas?
No? Okay, so you used your turn to do that. Okay. And he resisted it.
I can't move, huh?
No. Darn.
Stupid. This is stupid.
Dern, Rogue 2 has his bow out.
Rogue 2 has his bow out.
So Dern will run behind him like this.
You
Michael.
only have a 15-foot movement, you're slow.
Michael, you dismissed the armor when it didn't work, so that your healing activates, right?
Yeah, that's what I was asking you.
Yeah, you dismiss it as a swift action after you activate it.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
So
But you said
Okay.
no. You said no when I asked that question.
You said
I thought you
move.
said is activating it a swift action.
No, no.
You turned it on, it failed, and you
Now I
decided
turned
to
it off.
Dismiss it. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
You get
Yeah,
fast
sorry.
healing too.
Okay, so it's off again.
Fast-
Yeah, so I
Yes,
get-
fast healing too. Sorry.
All right. Dern, you have 15 feet of movement.
So he'll stand right beside him.
Yeah, and he looks afraid.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
He like gets up in his face and he like appears right beside him and gets up in his face.
Alright. Rogue One seems completely unimpressed with you, Bob, and he's just gonna shoot. If I could step like that and shoot once. That's a hit for 5 damage with my
Oof.
Raider
coming.
1 is, I think, oh, he's the one running away, so he's gonna go. Rogue 2 is toe-to-toe with Dern, and he's afraid of you, Dern. He's terrified what's going on. So he is going to try to withdraw like this. But first, you get the attack, and second, he's going to make an acrobatics check to see if he has trouble running around that corner with the pot flames. And no, he's fine. But you do hit him for 22. Roll your D100, sorry. Oh, no, you don't hit him.
1.
Yeah, so he withdrew, and he got to, he can do a 30-foot move, so he gets to there. He's not there. And he's shouting for anybody who's left on the other side. What's going on? And Rogue One shouts back, "This is okay, we got this, we got this." It's Bob's turn.
Well, I heal, right?
You heal 2 points.
Ugh.
Great.
Get in his face, Brozif. That's all you can do. You got this.
Yeah, but I'm gonna die.
Maybe.
Do I get in his face or next to his face?
In his face.
In his
Right
face.
in his face, dude.
Yeah.
You're a big guy with a hammer.
I'm not that big.
Dern.
Come on, brother. I believe in you.
Did I see anyone with healing
He
potions?
has later.
Yep. What's up?
Joe, did I see the guys I killed? Did I see them getting any healing potions?
They didn't reach for any. Make a perception
Did they
check to see if you noticed if they had any. If they had anything, they'll take a potion on their belts.
That's a plus 15.
Yeah, so the con artist, you believe the con artist had potions on her belt that you may believe would be healing potions.
Okay. Can I double move? No.
Nope, just a
This is
basically
bullshit.
Yeah, slow as a bitch, man.
Okay. I'll just move in 15 feet.
Alright. Rogue One, seeing that you've closed the distance and knowing that he can't just walk away from you, is going to throw down his bow and take out his super. Oh, a long spear. So he can't use that. That's unfortunate. I guess he's going to have to move and try to poke you with it. Yeah, so he's going to try to tumble, so acrobatics. He fails.
Do I not get an attack of
You
opportunity?
do. You do get one, because he failed to tumble.
Hell yes.
Does he? And he falls into my range now, no?
Hold on, I'm not done. I am not fucking done.
Okay. Well, you hit for 23 damage.
Oh my god.
Go, Michael, go.
Fire. All right.
Hold on. Fucking right, bud.
All right. So he is afraid of you.
Also, put the smoke on him, please.
Well, the smoke would have been here, so he moved through it. But yes, that's fine.
Fine.
But yes, but he is afraid of you. So he rolled a 25. He's scared now, so it's a 23. It's still a hit on you for 7 damage. Is that 1 hit point? He heals on his turn.
Don't I get an attack on him because he failed a roll into me?
He moved from here to here, so you don't threaten this. It's 15 feet away, so no. He is in your zone now.
Oh, okay.
If he moves again,
Is he not intimidated?
he is intimidated.
Alright, well, put the...
Well, I did. Okay. Rogue 2 goes, and he's going to inch forward, and he'll get to about there where he can see Dern. He's going to take a shot at you now. Now that he's not misses. He's content that they have this in hand. Bob, the zoo.
Give me my fucking hit points.
You have 2 hit points. You have a total of 3 now.
Ah, shit. What spells do I have that I can actually cast right
Great
now?
question.
Can I cast Litany of Weakness on this guy?
You have spells?
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yes, he does
You
have
should be
spells.
blowing these guys up. I have no spells, really.
Yes. I just make him fatigued. He has no save. And that's a swift action.
Okay, then yes, you can
That's-
just do
that's
that.
really
And he's
good.
fatigued for a round. Fatigue's pretty badass. And then what do you do with your regular action?
I'm just gonna get up in his face again, I suppose. Actually, I'm gonna stay just out of his way so that Darren can get up in his shit.
How many of those channels do you get a day?
Yeah.
Bunch.
Yeah, many.
Like one enough to do one now. Or it's safe. That's fine too.
Well, I guess I could do another channel, right? Because that
I mean,
was.
if you wanted to, you could do that.
Yeah,
Wait,
channel him. You might kill him.
I
Channel him.
just, I don't.
Yeah, you don't know how
Channel
to
him.
play this game. You're terrible.
Yeah. So, what do you roll for that?
The channel.
Yeah.
That was a 5d6, wasn't it?
Yeah. What do I roll for that? Just-
I assume a will save.
Good job.
Yes.
And I
0
failed
point.
it this time.
Roll that damage. 16. Nice.
Yeah. So he is
Yeah.
bleeding death on the ground. And it's Dern's turn.
Darren's turn. Darren runs back in. We're in the same spot as last time.
Yep. Rogue One is bleeding death on the ground. Rogue Two is shocked to find you in his face again.
And he tells him, he's like, surrender or I will consume your heart.
He's gonna run away again. Yeah, so he actually sees his friend on the ground bleeding to death, and he just shakes his head, and he tries to run away again. And
He would.
An attack of opportunity there.
But Dirk does get one in the second square. Yeah. So if you fail, he's gonna get away.
31.
That's
come
a hit.
on,
Roll your
come on.
D100. Roll for high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 16. So go ahead and roll your confirmed crit.
Fucking right.
23.
is not enough. Oh, but it's pure key. You get +2 because of that thing, right?
+2, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a confirmed crit for 50 damage. And he is dead. So you take his head off. So he gets the first step, and he turns his back, and you just take his head right off. And
So Dern.
that's it. And then 6 seconds later, the slow goes away.
I think that might be the closest. I think that might beat the red cap fight.
Okay, wait, please hold. I'm not done.
Yeah, death knell that fool. Heal up.
I'm going to death knell this guy. Give me my 2 points. I'm going to death knell this guy.
All right.
I am going to pick him up on the hammer.
You always pick
And
him
I
up
am
on
going... Yeah, well, that's my favorite thing to do. I am going to sprint over here to my little Dern friend.
Sprint
Dern's still
20 feet.
big, right? Dern's still big, right?
He's medium size.
I'm medium.
He's your size. He's a human now.
Fine, but, oh god. But like he still has that weird like void mouth, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I have a void mouth, yeah.
And I am going to like feed Dern with the hammer this man's body.
He just starts and like potions on his belt. He just consuming the potions as he starts eating the guy's body.
So you're
He's
actually eating a
eating-
person. Dern eats
He's
people.
eating. Yeah, he's eating his entire body. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like entering his body, but not increasing his size.
Yeah.
He's pushing him into the void that is Dern.
Yes.
Yeah. And you guys have survived.
Please, for the love of Christ, tell me that one of these things dropped Zerk.
No, they don't have drugs.
Dern like starts cheering with you, and he's like a rabid animal like, bouncing off the walls. So this.
Alright, we're gonna have to get Dern that freedom because that was some shit.
That was some shit. You survived. That was very
some
tough,
shit.
and you managed to do it. Yeah. So it's midnight now, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll do loot on Discord. I basically want to just dump it into the channel now, and we'll figure it out the spreadsheet from there. But you survived. You did not find Zerk.
That was a tough fight. I'm surprised we didn't find Zerk either.
That was a
He didn't
wild,
roll very well. He just awkwardly went around shouting for drugs.
wild fight.
I
People that have
actually
money to buy
thought
Zerk
it-
have money to get robbed.
I thought it'd be an easy fight.
Yeah, I also thought that was just gonna be like 3 street scrubs.
I
Yeah.
noticed about halfway through that it was a little harder than I thought it was going to be, so I knocked some hit points off a couple of them in the middle of the fight. But
It was a hairy fight, man. That was a good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I figured, I thought Dern already had pounds. I thought he was going to just maul one on the first round.
Yeah. No, not
Well,
yet.
and like you guys both failed. Like every save you could fail in the first couple of rounds of the fight, it was like, oh, you failed that save. Oh, you failed that save too. Oh, you failed that save
That's
too.
true.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
Slow is a bitch, and they were high level casters.
It's a good fight though.
Yeah. So
hope it's
morals
fun to
MVP.
watch, yeah.
What do you got?
Well, the morals that we have on deck are plentiful for the second half. No one really posted any for the first half.
All right, what do you got?
Let's see.
Uh,
There's really
it's
nothing
called-
in the beginning. Yeah.
It's called channel negative energy. You should know that. You don't know that. Oh, hold on. There's so much shit to roll here. So that's a crit. The discovery of the AND formula revolutionizes everything and inspires a complete revolt of the entire sheet.
That one's really good.
I don't know if you're the
That
pack
one's
leader
really-
anymore. We're gonna get you good and high, little man. This is
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one because we
Yeah,
didn't
we're
do
gonna
the
get-
thing.
yes. I would say that's it. We're gonna get you good and high, little man.
That's so good.
Okay.
So good.
And MVPs and nominations.
Michael casting spells.
I nominate Bob. Yeah, Bob saved the day for sure.
All right.
Bob, you're my hero.
Okay.
Does anybody nominate anybody else, or you want to just say it's Bob without even doing the vote?
I want to nominate Dern.
You can nominate Dern.
We went through some shit.
Dern ate a guy off of my hammer.
That was pretty Mortal Kombat.
All right, so who do you guys want to vote for? Mike already left, so who are you voting for now?
Yeah, Bob's good. Yeah, do Bob.
Bob.
It's fine.
Bob this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Bob too.
All right, then Bobbert wins the hero point.
Bob finally got a hero point.
Huzzah.
That'll,
Put it on your sheet. Maintain your
that,
sheet.
that I did.
Put it on your sheet right now.
I did. What?
Potion.
Yeah, I gotta get some potions.
Yeah, I need
You
some
should
potions
have-
too.
You should pay attention to you.
Also, we forgot. I just want to go on record and say, at the beginning of the session, Naz and I were supposed to like say all the shit that we did with our armor. That we just like forgot to do. I was going to buy a cloak that would like only give you an 80% chance to hit me instead of.
Oh, you were gonna have a cloak of displacement or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were supposed to go shopping. You were supposed to tell
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to know what you have. I used to assume
Yeah.
you were shopping.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah.
We went
But yeah,
shopping.
that
I,
would've
put the,
been
I put the headband on you. Yeah,
would've
we
been
went
different.
shopping.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Thanks for playing. That was fun.